battle. Captain, you two.
No, so that's the thing. They had to use that like the other week. It's still on, but they're using headsets. So they just had like technical difficulties. Like,
Game. Rob wins. Three, two,
All right, welcome back, everybody. You know what it is? Smashtag number 87, and this is going to be an interesting week. We got more entrants than last week. We got about 45 or so, and we got some really heavy hitters. Obviously, Smub in bracket, and that's going to be one to beat tonight. But me and Scabs, what's up, man?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a pleasure, Nerf. Always one of those dynamic duos in MTVA. Just don't confuse us. Yeah, we'll be watching in chat.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, in addition to Smub being perhaps the favorite in bracket, we have to talk about last week's champion, Aooosten, who is back in bracket looking to make it 2 hashtags in a row.
Yeah,
I mean, given the come up over the past couple of weeks and even months, really, I feel like Aooosten could do it.
Yeah, I mean, so I would say Aooosten kind of has some ups and downs in the middle of like. There's been some tough weeks where he's just not able to clutch out some wins. I always see him going to like game 5 though. He always makes these stats really super close, and so he's definitely going to be a contender today. I think Mega Man versus Ridley, should we see that matchup, I think it's going to be interesting. He might be someone who could dethrone Smub, but Smub's not even the only Ridley in bracket. We got Fool, the other Ridley.
Versus Wowee coming up. Can we talk about Wowie's Jigglypuff? I've seen that like once or twice in every single time at the play.
That's true. That's true. Knows how to I think obviously a labber knows how to get like good setups, the stuff that you need for the rest setup. Good setups like Drill as well. Like the down air's got a lot of use from Wowie. So I'm very interested to see how they do tonight. But other than that, we still have like PG, who is probably going to be one to go pretty far, maybe top 8 material. Same for Ripcord. I expect that these are really strong players that we might be seeing more of later.
Oh yeah, I mean Ripcord we just saw talking about strong conversion. That was stock. We had a little. I sat down here and immediately watched like a Z drop gyro nonsense, taking character coast to coast. And it's like, okay, that's one way to start the thing off.
Well, you know, I think the Rob's a little bit more invigorated after recent events.
Could be.
They're reminded that this is indeed a very strong character.
All they need to do is put the same faith that they have in their character as we see from the man, the myth, the tri-state legend that recently won a big tournament.
You know it. Yeah,
exactly. Also, dark horses for the event. I think K24 has been on the come up as of late.
Oh, is that the Luigi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
I've been watching a couple of their stats that they have been very good. Luigi player that doesn't just rely on this near death that grab, and that I think is the key thing that we're seeing with the character. As the meta develops, it isn't that we have to near death you every time we get a grab. It is near death every time we get a hit.
Yeah, that's
forward air or neutral air, not need to kill off.
Yeah, we did see a lot of like K24, and I think was it Defend the District actually might have been. So yeah, been a consistent figure in these recent weeks. Pretty strong player, and for good reason. You know, it's like the Luigi stuff that I mean, we do have a couple of strong Luigis in like the Northern Virginia area, but this is just one of the many.
And the legend that I've been watching a lot more of as of late is Guy, who has been putting on an absolute clinic with that character. I genuinely thought that Luigi was low tier for a long time.
It's, okay,
the character's like not good in several situations.
Sure.
But if you can maximize that character's combo game the way that dude does, sky's the limit. In addition, we've got a couple of other folks out there that's going to be interesting. I think we have PG, we spoke very briefly about the Pac-Man main extraordinaire stepping up against Esteban. Esteban being a Mac main.
Okay, so this is a horrible. This is probably one of Mac's worst.
Oh God, yeah.
This is arguably Mac like second or worse, right? And this is just so bad because one, grab invalidates. Doesn't matter. Bot dodge, great. I mean, catch you anyway. Doesn't matter. Back throw, send him straight off, and then do the edge guard thing. That's all you ever really need. It's the mix-up on the side counter. They're going to be really important for Esteban to really do some stuff in. But Esteban is Domo, by the way. So it's like, I will preface this by saying like not a random player, but it's Domo. I mean, Domo is a very strong little Mac, like one to make some upsets here in Smashtag.
And the other thing in that matchup that particularly I think is like underappreciated as an element that's particularly awful is Hydra. Good God, is Hydra impossible for Mac to get around? He could definitely disjoint it, but if he does, he's in a lot of lag. Because moves might be quick, they might be relatively safe on the field, but they still have those lingering recovery frames. And in addition, you can't jump over it particularly easy because Mac ain't no air fighter.
That is true.
And then you have the water that pushes you away with a character with that kind of mobility.
It
really becomes so difficult to work around that barrier. It is an incredibly effective wall, and you never like it when your character gets invalidated by one press of a button.
Yeah, especially since it's like a pass. The hydrant's kind of doing its own thing after you press down B. Like you just walk away and let it do its thing, and all of a sudden, a mistimed move or whiff, and then the water pushes you too far out. Like you're a character that doesn't get your side B back when you miss it or get traded out of it. It's tough. It's really tough. So I think the offstage potential is really there for Pac-Man as well. There's just a litany of issues when it comes to the matchup that Mac has to overcome. But, I mean, uphill battle aside, I definitely will say it's got the X factor. As long as you can KO punch your way to victory, perhaps that's really all you need. You have a waft button, so to speak, so it's like you have the easy kill at 30. Not really too worried about it, but if you're able to deal with like things like Nair out of shield, Pac-Man, that's going to be really important. You've got to space super well, poke the shield, and get the shield push enough where you can make your moves as safe as you can. But that's going to be up to Domo.
And I will say that given this region and the folks populated, particularly this venue here, with folks like alternates regularly making appearances, Peanut showing up every now and then as well, you ought to know the background. This is definitely an odder character, not necessarily as common in a lot of the other regions, but MDVA, we are awash with these low-tier heroes. And speaking of which, on the other side of bracket, also queued up for stream, we have Wowie and Fool. We talked about both of them briefly. Another two characters you don't see particularly that much nerf with the Jigglypuff, as well as MDVA's very favorite.
Yeah, Ridley is a huge staple for good reason. I mean, I love her. I'm a huge Ridley fan myself. Can't deny. But it's going to be interesting because, in theory, that matchup works really, really well for Ridley, the anti-air character. He is the character that will catch anyone floating haphazardly too close for comfort. Got the disjoints to boot, intangible moves, and you got a lot of stuff to work with here. And you got like incredible range. You're like a big shorty, for lack of a better descriptor. And it could be really interesting.
So the downside is big body versus character that kills you in one hit. That is always the problem. Jigglypuff, a character that, much like Luigi that we were talking about a little bit ago, incredible X factor character. Yeah. You can get drill combos on a lot of big bodies. You can get bound combos on big bodies, and if you end those up with a rest, and it doesn't matter how bad your neutral is, it doesn't matter how vulnerable you are dying at 50. You can kill your opponent at 52, make them suffer.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Ridley being too big for Smash means a lot when you have any little bit of the body that can be clipped by the rest.
Unironically, too big for Smash. So, on the other side of that winner's round 3, it looks like Radiant Nova knocked out Titan. Radiant Nova awaiting a winner of Smub and Fry. And if Smub, I do believe, is seeded to take that one. So, Radiant Nova versus Smub in first round 3, that is an early matchup to watch.
Right, so this is actually interesting. So Radiant Nova, I don't know. There's been like a couple upsets that I've seen Radiant Nova enact past week. So some top 8 or just shy of top 8 appearances at multiple Smashtag's and the ladder. I mean, there's been a week where we did make top 8, got 7th, and I think was able to beat Domo, Von Karma, and a couple other people loose. Some solid players and potential gatekeepers. So I think Radiant Nova, this is going to be a tough one because Smub, the best player in the EA. So this is the guy to beat. So we'll have to see.
Yep, the go for sure in the region may not hold number 1 on the PR spot, but number 1 in our heart. That's all. Sure.
Well,
and this is we keep theory crafting right here because the players aren't stepping up to the plate. So you'll have to apologize for us dealing with a little bit of prattle right here. So in the interim, why don't we go ahead and talk about?
I was like, where are the players?
Oh, also one request: SKABS.
Oh yeah.
Got that.
With a K, yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, no problem. I don't tend to look at the player cams that much, so I just turned an eye over. And
yeah, it's kind of hard to tell with the font too. I was like, oh, it looks like a K to me. I don't know.
So,
all right,
see here. Looks like we finally have 2 folks stepping up. But as I was saying, we have 1 player that's missing. Thank you all so much for sticking with us while we wait for these folks to step up to the plate. We might as well pause to let the people know who we are and what we do. So, if you have been enjoying the stream, you can tune in every single Monday starting around 7 p.m. Eastern. This is Smashtag, a Monday weekly right here at # Arena in Herndon, I believe.
Yep, Herndon.
Yeah, exactly. So one of those Nova events that so frequently help determine the MPBA PR if you're looking to get some grinding in, this is definitely a spot to stop by because frequently we have top 3 PR players in the bracket trying to go ahead and make a little bit extra cash to start their week.
We have winners in the past, such as Slushy, Aooosten. We've got Zeki, I think, in the past winner. Ultimate for sure. And so these are all players that are some of the best in the business in MDVA. They've done the work to master their characters, and they've beaten as many of the other contenders in bracket as possible. They've taken home the title of champion of Smashtag. And I'm kind of waiting to see if there's going to be a potential invitational again in the future. Would be nice.
I mean, the Smashtag Invitational was phenomenal. I love it.
It was pretty good. I mean, I feel like we're due for another, right?
I'm also a big fan of like the Summit style commentary.
It
hop
was
in
fun.
And out, exactly.
And we had TKs.
Yeah, the
like
surprise
we get another surprise guest. Like I'm just saying, I'll get on it.
Maybe we got to go ahead and hit up Toy. Shout out to Theo, by the way. Toy doing a phenomenal job as always, trying to go ahead and just wrangle these Smash players. Never an easy.
Yeah, it seems to get harder every week.
Unfortunately,
it's like 45 people in bracket. You gotta corral them all.
So, in addition, while we run out of things to talk about with bracket, so have you been paying attention to? Do we have players?
Okay, so it's full Wowie. So we don't even need to speculate, talk, theorize, or do any of the other gip gab. We've just got the set, and Fool versus Wowie is our first one here. It'll be really interesting. Because we talked about the match a little bit. Discuss the uphill battle that Jigglypuff has. But it's that same little X factor that we kind of alluded to. Have to see how Wowie is able to set up these big kill options. Because Jigglypuff has a couple, but if you're really kind of railroaded and going for a couple.
Yeah, this definitely feels like if Fool plays consistent Ridley nonsense, then Fool should go ahead and take the match. But the problem is that consistency is only half the game when you're facing a character as explosive as you have to have the anti-rest technology on them.
Well, I mean, I feel like fading Nair.
You have to have the fading Nair on deck.
That's the stuff. That's the stuff right there. And maybe like landing F tilt, right? And like angled up F tilt too for extra good measure. Where's Jigglypuff going to be? In the air.
Perhaps. Solid analysis as well.
A short hop height range that we're obviously seeing. The air dodge with the back air as well. Good stuff already cool.
Yeah, we're just kind of seeing the B and Bs of Ridley right here, but this is the problem. Is you have to make sure that your attacks are on point. You have to make sure that your drifts are on point. Because, yeah, you might hold down that people, but still, Wowie put Fool in a couple awkward positions.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You have to, like, force out some of those, like, big anti-airs early. You want to see how Fool tries to take the stocks so that Wowie can then adapt, try to avoid these in the future, and maybe whiff punish those, because that up smash, even though it's super good, it's not really...
That air dodge caught? I am stunned.
Okay. You know what? That's crazy.
Fox could never.
No, definitely not. Oh!
This is also, like, the third time that Wowie's hit, like, the ceiling tech.
Yeah, that's...
Neutral air knocked at the sweet spots, but not quite going to kill. We are trying to go super deep, but Wowie refusing to hit that tech and getting sent into awkward situation after awkward situation. Good roll in Fool, though. Not caught out that spot. Finally getting flipped to the up air, but at 83%, Puff's already in kill percent, and we're seeing why.
How did the forward smash hit that high up?
How do we also predict backwards forward smash?
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, that's the thing. It could have been a misplayed up, like reverse up smash, right? It could have been a misplay, but it still worked.
I choose to live in a world where that was actually
intentional.
On purpose.
Yeah. All right, but still no setup there off the down throw. Wowie's still trying to get more for their money, and I mean, let's be real. This is really tough. When Ridley has a lead like this, if you have to approach, it's not really fun.
And we haven't really seen a lot of these tech situations work out for Wowie yet. So far, Fool's tech out appropriate every single time. Dodge has to use, and that is a frame trap. Not quite going to claim the stock, but what can up to in situations like that?
Yeah, you can't do anything. Like, you are so reliant on your air dodge, which is one of the better ones in the game. Like, you have to go for these kind of like iframe opportunities because that's your escape rope. Like, for lack of a better term.
Still not able to escape from that grab, though. The command grab, typically when you're at a higher percentage,
yeah, that percentage differential, Fool is obviously going to be able to have a tight grip on Wowie all the way to the end of the stage. Be able to keep that first game because a well-read command grab change the pace of the game really, really.
Yeah, I was actually going to talk about how WoWie can kind of field a little bit more and have a good approach options, try to beat out things like this retreating Nair from Ridley, and then immediately if you end the stock with the command grab, though, now you're terrified to go back to the field.
Exactly.
To take away those options, but it limits what approach tools can be. It does get the rest, but not going to do too much.
Right, yeah. Can't get the kill off of that. You just have to get the damage. Try to get as much of it as you can. We're starting to get a reset here that WoWie can work with. But, I mean, you can see how, like, they're trying to poke a little bit in the air and then fade away and then try to escape, make themselves as non-committal as possible. Pool is still taking as many of these whip opportunities as they can.
Yeah, and even when you get one or two decent combos, the problem is, like, the differential perk is definitely in favor. We're trying to go super low and does manage to land the forward air, and that will do it. You might have multiple jumps from Ridley, but you don't have a ton of drift.
Yeah, that is actually a huge opportunity because, yeah, if you route the resources, WoWie can just hit one small hit at low percent, just enough knockback to make sure the pool doesn't have that linear opportunity to be upbeat to save them.
So what percentage is Ridley die at rest? I'm thinking this one.
Probably, yeah, this is like 40, 50. Yeah, I mean, he's honestly Samus. He's like
I think he's a little light in Samus.
Yeah, you're right. He is lighter than Samus. He's like
a little bit like Mario weight in me.
He's a little bit more than midweight, I think. But yeah, it's tough. I mean, he just doesn't have like that to survive like a big kill option.
Apollo bird bone. Sure. Does manage to land that back here off the platform. Definitely going to kill at that point too. Doesn't even matter if like the best spotter Halo.
Right. Those bones might be hollow, but they still pack a huge punch. That back there is tried and true. Oh, we got this lack of attack on platform, and that always sets up something like an upside. You don't see it be up.
How does Puff actually land? Like at this point, felt like WoWie immediately went to the corner, just trying not to do whatsoever.
Right.
It's exactly the smart thing to do. Landing on Ridley is difficult enough. If you don't have any kind of big destroys with your Puff, just let the character happen.
Right. Okay, and still we're waiting for one of these these trades to work out, but okay. You're finally able to get a whip punish to the side. That's where Fool kind of like might tunnel vision a little bit.
I mean, up to percent, you kind of need to know the vibes of the match. It does feel like WoWie is going to be particularly advantageous when you're not. So you got to go ahead and respect that option. But falling out of the double drill, so Fool lands back here, and that's the problem with that drill. It's such a great combo tool, but if you miss it, you look like a fool.
Yeah, and it's actually crazy because Fool had gone for like 3 different back airs, and like one missed, one hit shield, the other one finally connect. It's like, obviously we know what you want. It's not a secret or anything. WoWie still, unfortunately, cannot avoid it. Fight it.
Oh, tech in that time. Like, a little bit tech out so far. WoWie was really hard reaching the option.
And there it is again, and we're able to take another jump, and we're going to get the trade and the tech from the stage, and it feels like WoWie just outplayed so well in that last season.
No rest necessary, too. 2 games in a row, and already WoWie showing that, you know what, a little bit of adaptation, a little bit of better edge.
True.
Now, do you ban PS2 here that you don't have to deal with that ledge integration?
Clearly not. We just come back.
Can't even ask the question. The instant lock is like,
yeah, it's like we're going to run it right back. So, I mean, at this point, I feel like you have to make a change, but you know what? I'm not a player. I'll let it rock. I feel like this kind of change really like help because you're now making this like much more polarizing.
yeah.
So you're making all of the things that were good better, and all the things that were bad worse.
Yeah, definitely an awkward pick, but I'm sure WoWie knows better than us here. Well, I am curious. Hashtag does run. Don't they use
MDSR.
the MDVR?
It's MDSR, yeah. Like MDV,
Unified.
yep, right. Okay, again, the up-angled F tilt has been a constant thorn in WoWie's side, literally.
Yeah, poke prodding from cool, but really, like, you got the percentage lead. Let Ripcord just do it. Like, you don't necessarily feel the need to run into the character. He's not camping you out. Fireballs are not really an effective tool in this. You know?
Right. Unfortunately, it's just not something you can really whiff punish. I mean, in that situation, you can if you preempt the approach, but it's got really low end lag, so it's something you can throw out multiple times in a quick sequence. It's tough for WoWie to get in between those hits, and especially even though it's a linear move, you still find something here. find the stock.
Both drill combos right there, but yeah, Pout is only safe on hit, or on shield rather, if you space it absolutely perfectly and get the cross up. We got a 2 or 3 right there, and we get the rest reset. This should have an up air rest, or not even going for the up air, understanding the character's weight. Perfect punish, but yeah, that'll hurt.
Ouch.
And the up smash? What a rest punish!
Single read necessary. That was all you need. You get the big hit, and then there's nothing you do. Like, you're stuck on the platform. There, you're just like waiting for the up smash to kill you. That's it.
That is something that you have to think about, because that skewer is not a move that I've ever seen a Ridley hit in bracket. So in this position, you
haven't
must
seen enough Smub set, my friend. Come on now.
I can't remember Smub ever hitting it.
Smub has hit it a couple times.
Really?
It's been like select opportunities, but I mean, yeah, a lot of times he whiffs it, but when he does, oh my god, and stuff like this, cool managing the exact same. One of those big leads where you're asleep, you can't get out of that.
Yeah, it is basically the same thing as Sing Rest. So great friends of mine by Fool to let their own win condition rip in those clutch situations. Now, as the percentage lead has to recover low, and yeah, the disjoint on those wings is going to make that back air very difficult.
Right, we've already seen Jigglypuff die at this percent to last stock, so we have still a little bit more work to do. We want to catch Fool unawares, take the stock early, but only getting a little bit of pressure with the dash attack, with the edge guard. What's the read?
Sitting at roll, just daring Fool to roll in. That was the read right there, but did not quite bite. Instead forced the anti-air with the back air. Another back air on shield, another back air on shield. Fool finally gets punished, and then reads a ledge option. A little bit too aggressive from Wowie. You always have to respect before.
Yeah, it felt like Wowie was just stuck at ledge. Thought they had to make it play faster than what the invulnerability kind of allowed them. The ledge grab invulnerability probably could have lasted a little bit longer, but they expedited the get-up option, and then they fell right into Fool's trap. So that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. And it was a good play from Fool to clutch out the end. But boy, that was getting closer by the second.
For sure, definitely. After game one, I was a little bit concerned. I was thinking this, well, maybe it is just matchup differential here because it looked really grim. But it was a great adaptation from Wowie. Fool had the clutch up at the end. And I really do think the turning point was that rest. It just shows that, hey, you might have a little bit of the ability to delete me at 0, but I've got a melee-esque punish immediately where if you've got 30%, I'll make sure that your stock is gone.
And it's crazy because that's the kind of thing that really only would work on Jigglypuff. Like,
True,
only
yeah.
Jigglypuff would get to the point where you take one skewer and you're at kill percent from another match, and you're like, I mean, yeah, that's just kind of the life that I chose, the lightest character.
40 damage, man.
Like, it's crazy how much damage that did, and it brought you right to 70. There's no way you survive the up smash at that percent. Like, on PS2, you die.
And the most messed up part is that they actually made it to that when you hit a rest, you're in lag for significantly less time than you normally would be. In every other game, like, it is a free punish on top. Right there, in that situation, that was a quick get up for top, and still, because you didn't get the star KO, didn't manage to get away with that.
Yeah, that's true. Because of the lack of star KO, I mean, yeah, there wasn't enough time for you to actually wake up. That's crazy. So, off the intro platform, just pure. What an interesting play, but it worked out wonderfully. So, they're going to be able to move on and potentially set us up for a Ridley dinner.
True enough. It looked like Smub versus Radiant Nova happening off screen. We already have Ripcord 2-0 over regular Duck. We're waiting on the results of Aooosten versus Zay, Blizzatron Prime versus Cold Cut, Kim Boyaki versus Mango Time, and then we have K24 up 2-1 over Point Fish. So our winners' quarters starting to take shape.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a little bit of time here before we have the full picture there as the bottom side of bracket still doing a little bit of work to go ahead and see if we have any upsets in the loser bracket as well. Doesn't seem as though there's anything too crazy happening quite yet. I think Mang de la Mang, a bit of an early exit right there in the loser bracket, facing off against Fire Slam 2-3 right now with that Yoshi. Yeah, I'm curious who knocked Mang de la Mang down.
I'm curious who knocked Dr. Insano down. So, Mang de la Mang lost to Wowie.
Okay.
But it's Roy Jigglypuff. That's a rough one for Roy.
Yeah, it's basically just like don't get back thrown a die.
Yeah.
Or forward thrown. Puff's like kill throws now are actually good.
Dr. Insano losing a 2-0 in Steve Mac.
How?
Losing to Little Mac 2-0 when you're like a solid enough team.
Oh.
Mango Time.
I don't recognize that.
I don't
tag.
know who that is.
All
That's
right,
not
immediately, like,
that's
I need
not
to
an
see the social.
That's like not an alternate alter ego. That is.
I need to see the social right here. Exactly. That is immediately like, listen,
Mango.
you've shown us something. Arlington, PA.
Okay. So goes to PMS, goes to ladder, goes to Smash.
So we had a 7th place at Smashtag 86, so definitely not unheard of, but still, that is.
But took Blizzardtron Prime to game 5 at that as well with Little Mac Snake. Another matchup that is kind of nasty to play.
That is, I mean, I've heard Max say it's not awful once
Yeah.
they get in.
Yeah. Once they get in, right? Like, how long does it take to do that? A
Most of
minute?
the
Like a minute at a time, and you get one advantage state? You're like, great. Get 3 more before the game's over.
So it looks like Kimboyachi actually 2-0 over Mango Time, though, so we won't be able to see the winner's run continue. That would have been
Sonic
the upset
again.
of all time. Instead, it's going to be Kimboyachi versus K24. I know that matchup very well, and I don't want to see it purely because here's how the matchup goes.
Yeah, please.
If Sonic has to fight, he might lose them. He might lose them.
That's
Like, when they're scrapping, Luigi has tools to get Sonic out of spin.
right.
It is actually difficult for Sonic to, like, come back against Luigi once Luigi has them.
Yep.
So the way that Sonic play that is traditional. I will never interact. You get the social distance stick out. You will stay on your side of the stage. I will stay on mine. No interaction.
It's going to be a bunch of
spin down air. Spin down air.
like that over and over,
100%.
Over and over and over.
And it's like no shots on the Sonic. They have to play that match that way because, my God, Luigi can scrap the best of
Yeah, exactly. Because Luigi's like running up, like
them. Exactly. Hitting him with the,
like, oh my
the
God,
chest
oh my
puffed
God.
out and all that
like
stuff.
running up and like, oh my God, I'm gonna fight, and then like you just
on the
jump
other side
over
of
him,
the
and
stage.
just
Do
and
not
then you
want to be
start
there.
switch sides and like, all right, you stay there.
Rinse and repeat.
Don't come here. Don't come over here.
Oh, God.
Like the roommates just paint the line in the middle of the room and just like, okay, you stay on your side and I'll stay on mine.
This says, when they said too bad, they really meant, like, you need to go ahead and draw the line and stay one. You have your space, I have mine. Let's be better straight.
Right. But speaking of space, this is going to be a test of space, spatial control. This will be PG versus Esteban, aka Domo. This will be Little Mac versus Pac. Pac-Mac is one hell of a matchup. I did allude to it earlier, but boy, oh boy, is this going to be a fun one for Esteban.
Out of curiosity, do you know if the Esteban is a tag swap or judge?
Who knows? I mean, he was Impler for like 3 weeks, so I probably a temporary thing, but I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, just always like to double check those, but I've definitely been faked out one or two times. Oh, this is actually X. This is actually Y. It's like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I understand why they're here.
Yeah, this is just Domo. I mean, I know him as Domo. Everybody knows him as Domo. He's Esteban for right now. We'll see how long it's last.
In addition, it's going to be a qualifier match on the winner's quarter.
Yep.
The award or reward, excuse me, for beating this, facing up against Ripcord's Rob. Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, that's going to be a challenge as well. But if you overcome the hurdles that you will be overcoming in this set, perhaps there will be more upsets in the works. I'm speaking purely from Esteban's side because for Fiji, this would not be an upset. It would be a natural predator taking the course of the natural.
True. Yeah, this is definitely like, listen, I'm two spots up minimum on the field. You gotta go ahead and fight.
Not only that, but this is like -3. Like, this is such a bad matchup. We're probably going to find out why, depending on how good setups are. The way to basically fake out a lot of the time, go for some crazy mix. But that's not the right thing.
Already getting the forward smash, though, and a low recovery angle right there. PG actually choosing not to pressure. I don't know about that. To be honest, if it's me, I want to set up a ledge trap. I don't want to give that. I want to keep it through. Have my advantage stage ready.
True, but it was coast to coast, and maybe felt like they weren't able to like close the gap in time and Esteban below the ledge. But either way, we're going for some of the victims. If it had been a little earlier on that melon throw, the water would have pushed the melon as it fell back down into Esteban. Would have been funny, but oh well.
I will also give Esteban a ton of success right here with the recognition that your armor on your moves via hitting the hydrant, and then calling out the jump too. So we have a lot of that technology here, recognizing how to play around that wall, what Pac-Man like to do behind it, but he didn't let it down from the single platform, getting that apple to play stock, so no extra credit here for Esteban's match.
Re-grab apple, I mean, it's so close at that range. You don't have a whole lot of time to react. Waiting for the mix-up, using the water to push yourself as you're running up with the black is an interesting move. Not something that I would expect, so I mean, who knows? I mean, it could have been effective. Unfortunately, Esteban, he manages to find his way in, just fades back, goes, hits the height. I think he might have missed an opportunity.
Yeah, I literally just turned away from Fiji. I don't want to put up with this water and get moving. Definitely a bit of a pressure choice. He does land down, gets the KO punch. So this is now a terrifying situation. My impact.
Oh.
Yeah, you cannot do that. You cannot put your back to Mac and trust that he won't run up and do it. We both know, once Mac gets that tool active, they're not out here to dance. They're running.
Right, but I mean, with 2 throws potentially on each bell, feels like Fiji is able to kind of smother Esteban with many different options possible. And now we take another jump, and that's it.
Yeah, not only did you take that one jump in, you stole the double jump directly off stage, and that position Mac said, literally nothing compared to can do once he's in a position where he needs to recover and get the double jump or an air dodge.
Yeah, jumping out of disadvantage there was really, really unfortunate for Esteban because you just get caught, and you only have one of those things off stage. You don't have an option to like do anything. You have to preserve it in that situation, especially when back then go for the forward air train. Then you know that they can catch you, easily take the shot without a high knockback.
Definitely. I mean, at low mid percentages, if you're playing a character that is good for recovery, I feel like you just kind of have to, like, do whatever your opponent wants to do off stage. If you're going to get the combo, you're going to carry it as far as you want. I don't want to be so good. I'll find myself off stage.
What a conversion here from the jump from Fiji. I didn't expect to get the forward smash there on the platform, but catching Esteban mid-air is crazy. And we're already close to a KO punch, and that could be very dangerous if you actually whiff a grab and somehow Esteban doesn't get grabbed by it. I don't know.
Just let it rip, dog. Like 2 times in a row there, Esteban was running up. He was stuck in shield, absolutely terrified, and then just chose not to hit the KO punch. Now you lose it, and you lose your stock at this. That was the one time where the Mac main decided not to be aggressive, and good God did it cost him.
Yeah, that hesitation is so bad for Esteban right now. He's got to recognize how crucial it is to pull the trigger, call the shot sometimes. He's got to wait for the get-up option. Unfortunately, he's able to get out of every setup that Esteban's trying to throw out here. They're out of shield, still a good way to put his landing option.
And this is kind of the patience that we would expect. Oh, okay. What happened there? Was it a drop or was that a poke?
I think that was a drop. I think, but I mean, it was the extension off of the hydrant. Going through the hydrant as well, it could really make things a little bit tighter.
Oh, getting stuck on the hydrant too. Speak of the devil, that tool is so good for Pac this matchup. Every now and then you just get stuck on there, and then you have to act like both of us know that Pac doesn't actually matter on dead end.
Yeah, exactly. Either way, like forward smashes through the hydrant, you fall into the forward smash, even if it's not the strong hit, still are very, very in a bad position. So now, bell in hand, we try to get the double hit, knocked away the hydrant. It's not too bad, but man, bold of Esteban to really go in while he has this bell.
But actually, underneath the platform, intelligence right there, recognizing that still could not quite accept Pac in that position. So I do respect the decisions to go in some risky positions, but yeah, respect wasn't due in that spot. Oh, still yet again, but it's going to allow Pac-Man to come back once more. So Bell on the next available.
Okay,
yeah,
and there it is. There you go. That's the setups that I wanted to see, and yeah, this is the kind of stuff that you need to mix up Mac because they always have their plan, and if you throw a wrench into that plan, things get really, really tough for them. Unable to really figure out how to recover. So
I love that little hitch in your speech because both of us were sitting there watching that combo on the platform. Like, what is he?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Now, both of us paused for a split second, like sat up a little bit straighter because anytime Pac-Man gets you in a fair trade, it's a platform reset. You never know what.
It's always funny watching Pac-Man is like watching the magician. Like, oh man, okay, the misdirection is there. I know that something's gonna happen. I don't know if I'm gonna expect it.
Oh no, losing the KO punch. I was just about to call for a gazelle right there. Just use the aerial version over the kill, but instead.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, you can definitely get those frames right there with the down kill.
Oh, but like that, yeah, that's really unfortunate for Esteban. But there was like some moments where even if you didn't have the KO point, like at 80% on PC, I feel like we're still like we have a lot. Yeah, we have a lot of options still. And if we just got one of those edge guards, I feel like Esteban would have had the ability to take that game and bring it to a game 3. It just didn't pan out. Obviously, Pac-Man's kind of
true. Yeah, I mean, we talked about how difficult that matchup was, and I mean, props to Esteban for hanging in there. Definitely the matches were close, but I just figured that if you're going to go ahead and hop into a match with tag KO Kid, we're going to need to go ahead and hit a couple of those KO punches. Just a little bit of passion is uncharacteristic for typical matches. I would have liked to see maybe just a little bit more aggression with the, hey, if you're holding shield while I'm down tilting it, I'm just going to do it.
And that's the thing, if you're playing Mac, like, you can't be nervous because you have to make an opponent. Like, this character is a pressure-based team, and given the right hands behind it, like, you can absolutely terrify your opponent into inaction or the wrong action, force terrors alike. And, I mean, if you're unable to really kind of take the reins yourself as the Mac main, then it's all that hard.
Agreed. And that's not just us talking. That's like comes straight from the Mac hero himself, who always says that he plays his worst when he doesn't have the confidence. That's what you need. If you can understand what you can do with this character, if you can execute, then all you need to do is go into every match saying, "Yo, I'm just that dude.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it."
Yeah. For real, you have to have that underdog mentality and be like, doesn't matter how many odds are against me, doesn't matter how many recoveries I have to make, doesn't matter how many times I get sent off stage. I'm gonna make my plays. I'm gonna play to my best ability. And I'm gonna punch the hell out of you.
Need a little bit of that Dama mentality. Just better.
He's just better.
Just
I
better,
don't
and it's
know.
your
I
fault
mean, I don't know. I'm a real human being. You're
Did you
not.
catch the interview, by the way, after
Of
you won?
course,
That was so freaking phenomenal.
Of course. I mean, it
we need
felt like
more.
I was watching classic WWE heel mastery.
Exactly. Like, what was his, like, he compared himself to Christ at one point. I'm just like, I'm a Zomba fan.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, exactly.
They hated Jesus
it was like
because he told the
they hated Jesus because he told the truth. Like, he knows the memes. I mean, he's a little bit. He's like the meme lord. Like, I get it. He's got an ear to the ground for like the lulz.
Exactly. So let's see who we got coming up next. So it looks like Winners Quarterfinals is developing. That means PG versus Ripcord. Smub versus Pool. We will be getting the Ridley Ditto on stream. Cold Cut Snake actually beat Blizzatron Prime in a Ditto. So Cold Cut versus Aooosten now will be taking on the other side of Winners Quarters. And then Kim Boyachi versus K24 on the other end.
Yeah, let's give them a lot of time. Let's start them early, and then 2 sets later, we're gonna have a real. They're gonna be done.
Maybe.
I mean, please tell me that's best of 3, right?
I think quarters should be best of 3.
I think that should be best of 3. I think we're good. Either way, I do find that interesting. I mean, Cold Cut beating Blizzatron Prime game 3. It was 2-1. I do technically think that Cold Cut is the stronger of the two. But Blizzatron Prime, I mean, he's got some like wins here and there. I just think Cold Cut's a little bit more consistent, especially here at Hashtag. I've seen him a lot, kind of reaching into.
And in addition, I do have to say, though, while fundamentally I might agree with you, with Cold Cut perhaps having like better control neutral, Blizzy just kind of does it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that definitely got the X factor.
Yeah, he's got the Waluigi F smash like
I'm just
kind of
do
ingrained in himself. He's like, I know how to throw it out.
People roll here.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Quarterfinals are best of 5. Okay, so give Kim Boyachi and K24 plenty of time and start them now so that we're not waiting for them.
Yeah, because that might take a minute and a half. In addition, I do feel like Aooosten Gold Cup might be a difficult one as well. That is a matchup that Mega fans don't really enjoy. It's a character that can go ahead and play a little bit campy when he wants to, but really when Mega Man has to approach, I feel like he goes down a whole team.
I feel like they played last week, and I do want to see because I feel like they did play last week was
86?
Oh yeah, it was.
We are looking up the record. Yep, right
like,
there.
Yeah, Aooosten ended up being like really, really close like a couple times, but I do.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
three out of
Three
three out of
twice.
twice.
Losers finals. Wow. Okay. So
Some of the games were so. The three other side. Some of the games were
That's actually one of the 3-0, but it was close though.
well.
Legitimately.
Some of the games, not all of them,
Got it.
but some of them.
Also, can we talk about this record versus Ben? You lose in winners finals,
It was a long.
and then 2-3. Then you beat him in grand finals the first set 3-0, and then 3-2 in the reset. That is a difficult 12 matches.
So
or
he didn't play Mega Man for all of them.
really
The first set one that was
2-3.
what was it? It was winners final.
Yep.
Yeah, he went random. He went random for 2 games,
Oh,
and then he went something else. I think it was
Villager.
like- no. It wasn't Villager. It was something I'd never seen before. It was like some random character that he just
Oh.
chose. I'd never seen it.
Then he simply chose to win.
Yeah, so it was like I feel like it was. I don't know if they recorded the character. Yeah,
I didn't see one. No.
they didn't record the character, but yes, it was like he'd gone random for 2 of the games he lost, and then the third game that he lost, the first game that he lost was like a choice of some character that I'd never seen before, and then he lost. And he picked random, he lost, picked random, and he lost. So Ben reversed 3 him, but only because he
Didn't commit to his.
gave up.
That is.
So
That
he-
is un-
yeah, and so he made us have to watch him run through losers, and then play Ben again in grand finals twice, 2 sets by the way.
Which went one of the first one.
And
went
and
3-2.
Ben went Palu in set 1 grand finals by the way.
So you got to see like 12 sets or 12 games of Camp Release.
Yeah, it was probably more than that because if you think about it, I saw this one.
So 3, 6, 9, 12,
Yeah,
12 games.
not all in a row. Like the
Sure.
grand finals was kind of like absolute.
But still, that is a lot. That is a lot of a very patient player.
Don't get me started. But either way, the whole reason that we got onto this was because Coldcut versus Aooosten did not go that well last week. So hopefully he's learned his lesson and is ready to start with a clean slate.
And we've been talking about that matchup for a little bit, but we do have to talk about, I think, the one we've got coming up next on screen, which is Pool versus Ridley. Nerf, you know what I love about Dittos? About any Ditto?
What?
It seems to me that the Dittos reveal who has the best jank and who has the best fun. So between these two, who we put money on for both those 2 categories?
I don't know. I feel like Smub has played enough of the Ditto that I think he's ready. However, Pool does some random things. Smub does some random things. Random things could make the outcome of the game random.
So I think that you're right that Smub knows the Ditto. Smub's got the spacing 100%.
Yeah.
But Fool just kind of do it.
Smub though.
Smub, I feel like there's calculation there. I don't think the Smub is
Oh,
random.
okay.
I think Smub is
You're saying
intelligent.
Pool is a match.
No, I'm saying that Fool is a reader
Sure.
and Smub is a calculator.
Smub is a bit of a reader too. I won't deny the man's skills when it comes to like knowing how to. Well, okay, that maybe not so much a reader. Maybe he's just really good at taking away your options. You only have a few, so he doesn't have to guess between 1 and 3. Guess between 1 and 1. I don't have to guess.
Yeah, limiting options. It's not a read if that's the only thing you can do.
But I don't know. This Ditto is so weird because
It is.
they just swing at each other, and there's going to be a lot of trades. They're probably not going to be able to space like perfectly all the time, so we're probably going to see them just like knocking each other all different ways. A bunch of like pterodactyl creatures.
In addition, we got to ask now, how many times are they both going to be retreating there and look into each other's eyes?
What is this?
I definitely feel like that the matchup is basically going to be there's going to be 2 retreating nairs, and then eventually one of them is going to decide to take a step forward.
Wait, what is this?
We're making a me.
So exactly what are we about to? Wait,
So you're going to see a me sword fighter here versus.
please no, that would never work. Me sword fighter gets dogged on by Ridley.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You know this matchup?
I know it's not.
I know. Considering how bad the character is.
But the Sword Fighter benefits because it has some deceptively good range. And things like tornado. But
Ridley has deceptively better range.
Ridley has better range. Not even deceptive. It is just better. Like, you see it, you see the nair, and you're like, yep, I can see. That's huge. That's like Cloud Smash 4 nair. Like, okay, cool. You just have that. And me as me sword fighter, I've got nothing. Okay. So we make the me.
Make the me to pass the time, but now we're stuck with the main right here.
God, I hate when they do that.
Just gonna go ahead and whoever switch this is, they're gonna open up tomorrow and it's just gonna be like, what the hell is this?
Like the grinning face.
The stance up smiling me.
You know,
yeah, exactly.
the short stance up. Okay. Anyway. All right. Cool.
Odd audio bug right there as I was listening to myself.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, huh, okay, that's but now we've got the Ridley neutral, and wait, how did Fool lose the first stock?
I looked away for a split
What
second.
happened?
I think he just fell off stage and messed up the recovery with there now.
Okay. Well, okay. Fool loves going for that like angle down up B, like right next to ledge, like recovery, which is interesting. I just don't know if Smub could probably punish that.
He just has to figure it out. He's learning in real time. He's not a reader.
Oh. But he knows his matchup, so he's not learning. There's not much to learn. He already knows everything. So fine.
Oh no, the air dodge in an awkward spot, but can't quite get the frame with the kill. A rare miss from Smub.
Yeah. Looking interesting to me. Kind of dash dancing, doing a little bit of like fox run. Okay, I'm just gonna dash back and forth now. No worries. Then of course good spacing on the FTL brings him right below the ledge, and yeah, has to side, but no up B to speak of. So Smub goes up with a 3-1 lead, and yeah, this is kind of a dominance of the dinosaur variety.
Forcing him up underneath the stage as well, and this is the problem, is that because Ridley has so little drift in his up B, you have to just take away that angle. That was a brutal 3-stock right there.
That was horrible DI at the end, though. Fool! What the heck was that?
I think he DI'd out because he no jump.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to be able to recover. But yeah, you have so little drift at the end of that up B that it's basically whatever's within arm's reach. You'll grab the stage, but if you get forced underneath that lip, you're going to up B, bonk on the ceiling, and not be able to recover. That's why Smub spent all of his resources forcing Fool into that awkward spot. That's just a little bit of a paid matchup challenge.
We were talking about robbing of options. That's the Smub. We're going back to PS2. See a same old song and dance from these two, and hopefully that means Fool will be able to bring something different to make it not so much.
I love the little like crouching flanking thing that Fool does. And he just holds it down a lot more than other Ridleys do, and it's kind of like, yeah, you're showing that your hand. Like everybody knows that you want to get a down tilt right there. But the fact is that if he doesn't, if he just immediately jump airs, then it's a completely different angle to cover. And Smub's been caught by it a couple times.
I mean, it's also really important just to do passively because it does shrink your hurt box. It does make Ridley not as big. And so if you're trying to beat out Smub on the space, maybe you can get something. Unfortunately, you're getting stuck under the lip PS2 bottom. And that's the classic pineapple that we know and love here in PS2.
Exactly. Smub's been hit with that so many times. He just loves to show other Ridleys, hey, by the way, you be aware that this is happening. That up smash very nearly connected, by the way. I think you and I both would have got it.
But somehow, Smub landing on the edge of the platform at just the right time. You've made that option. Fool getting another of airs out of shield. This time, catches Smub mid-air with the side B. Face Pirate rushes him right into the blast.
And a much better start to this as well. It definitely looks as though Fool is cooking a wee bit. These neutral air changes going very well, and up spot too. Get back damage out of that.
I think that was the first time I had ever seen like Ridley forward throw, which is kind of funny. I've never seen that. But we catch that dash attack on the ledge as well. Fool, very nice stuff. But Smub after taking a roll in, he's so used to these by now. Yep, someone got to sneeze first. Come on.
There's definitely an awkward spot in that position. Both just too scared to drop shield, and unfortunately, Fool dropped it first and had the reaction.
Fool doing a lot of like panic spot dodge at a disadvantage as soon as he lands on ground. Smub caught one, but then got caught by the other. Now he
3 times rolling in, 4 times rolling in a row.
This is crazy. Okay, we catch the nair as well. Yep, he just going to help here against the side B and gets the jump from ledge. Smub a little bit late on that punish, but hey, he finds it regardless. We talked about it. Ridley's big. That back air is also very big. So 1+1 equals 2.
Nice. So in that spot, really, it felt as though Fool was kind of running the show for a little bit. It definitely felt like after that first set, her first game, which really didn't go in his favor. Fool locked in and understood exactly what to do in the matchup. But on that last stock, in that pivotal situation, Fool rolled in 4 times in a row. You cannot roll in against Ridley forward tilt because you're a big body and not physically cross that character.
True. All right, so starting off with dash attack. Yes, good round 1 or round 2 start. Wait, this is game 3. Yeah, round 3 start.
Okay. I respect the skewer attempt.
I don't.
It was all the way across the stage, but if you hit that, though, you're a god.
Like, you skewered that ghost. You got him. All right, Ghost Barbecue. Going with the angle on the up B, I like the mix-up as well. Fool is, looking pretty solid. I'm got to be able to out-lunge him up.
Very true, and we're seeing basically the difference between these two. Oh, the aggressive neutral air in that spot. Fool actually reacting to Smub's pressure. Smub has kind of been doing that the entire set, and that time, Fool not going to let him have it.
Yeah, Smub not taking the stage as well. He's got to be careful on the situations because he knows he can get easily reversed on. He does it to everybody.
The up smash being such a powerful tool. I think Fool triple jumping away because he was so terrified of Smub's pressure. I was like, okay, I got another move.
Landing fair, landing nair. All of these options mean Smub inches himself closer to a stronger finish. No tech there after a tech roll in. It feels like Fool still hasn't learned the lessons from the past games.
And then just triple jump away, get me out. This is the problem. Then how do you recover if all of your jumps have been used?
Yep.
That is easy pickings for Smub. Resources exhausted, stock eliminated.
Smub, do what you will. He knows the weaknesses of his own character, and he knows that he is one of the best at exploiting them.
How Fool, very reluctant to approach, and I get it, but you kind of have to make something happen in this spot, because we both know that Smub is just going to sit there and space you out. Does manage to catch the double jump away, so Fool certainly making something happen here, and we are in a similar situation to that last game. We just going to see Fool clutch it out, play just clutch and being the rest of it.
Yeah, that was immaculate spacing on the up air, and now we're getting a lot of resets here in the neutral. Smub getting caught by almost everything. Look at all the damage that Fool has racked up here.
It sold it all out on that dash attack, though, and you're going to give up all stage control for that read.
Oh, no, and potentially the game. If Smub gets the trump, but he doesn't go for the back air. He actually goes for nair instead. Not sure if that was intentional, but looking for Fool to jump out of shield. Looking for the panic option. He gets too close to the ledge, and it looks like Smub will close it with a 3-0 and break himself clean into winners semis.
Again, Fool had the opportunity to make something amazing happen right there. They were both stuck in shield, and Smub yet again pulled the trigger on an up smash. You could have gotten a turnaround back there, but in that spot, it looked like Fool didn't get the reverse aerial rush, instead got the forward air.
Yeah.
That may have cost him the game.
Yeah, a crucial misstep like that. Have advantage, have the ability to make the big play, and your execution just falls slightly short. It's crushing for sure, but it's just a learning opportunity. Got to make sure that you are labbed up and ready to go for that clutch situation. The nerves are probably a huge factor in that moment, but you've got to be able to break through those and find your options. The kill options are there for Ridley. We see them. You're just barely unable to grab.
I mean, real talk, too, I was kind of interested by this. They had 2 different plays entirely. Like, they were doing a lot of the same things with air and forward tilt, down tilt, but it really felt like Fool was trying to catch landings with down tilt and wasn't really using forward tilt too much whatsoever, except in the corner. On the other side, Smub was a forward tilting machine.
He always has been.
So in that spot, it was kind of like 2 different Ridley tools being utilized 2 different ways with 2 different results. Fool's strings were a lot more effective than Smub. But Smub gave up far less options in neutral because forward tilt is such a low committal move.
Yeah, I feel like Smub was so ready to get out of it. He was equipped to be able to break himself out of a bad spot and get himself something positive after, winning neutral after the reset and doing as much as he can to get the damage back, make up the difference that he lost by losing what he'd lost. But Fool, when they got into disadvantage, it felt like the neutral kind of crumbled a little bit. It took them longer to get back on their feet, find something to speak of. And just like Smub was so quick at being able to like adapt to being hit out of things. Like, okay, cool, I will not do that again. Like just the quick adaptation on the fly was really important because even as like you could see Fool trying to do the best in Game 3, bringing it really, really close, like having a lead on Smub for much of that game. Smub just was able to figure it out in the last stock of the game.
Just really not pressured, not flustered. Like, listen, just because I'm down by a little bit doesn't mean that I can't go ahead and make this comeback. And that is like that top player mentality of I can bend, but I will never break. Yeah. I'm not surprised whatsoever that we saw Smub advance with 3-0, but a good showing from Fool. It looks like we're going to be getting Ripcord versus Fiji next. Both players stepping up to the plate. Aooosten, Cold Cut, as well as Kim Boyachi, K24, both already in progress on their matches. It looks like 13 minutes in for K24, Kim Boyachi. We don't have a report quite yet. Surprise on that whatsoever. So, yeah, it looks like this is actually the same side of winners' quarters, too. So, Smub is going to face off against the winner of this match right here. Meanwhile, the winners of Cold Cut, Aooosten, Kim Boyachi, K24 face off.
Yes, sir. So that means we've got Pac-Man Rob. It's a bit of an interesting matchup because both of these characters notorious for being super.
Interesting.
You seen that video, like the meme where it's like the Sonic, the Sonic's like the gift is doing like the chin.
Oh, yeah.
I think like the strong jawline.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the strong, like he does this like strong jawline thing. I don't know what they call it. It's like something max, like jaw max or something like that. I don't know. Look, I don't know. That's just what the kids
are into these days.
The kids are calling it. I don't know what you call it. But regardless,
yeah, we have someone.
Nerf max thing?
What?
Oh my! See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't understand.
You'll just end up like
the younger generation. I just don't get it. Like I personally, I don't see it, but whatever.
See, we have terminally online old man and terminally offline old man. This is the perfect commentary.
Yes, exactly. At least
you can identify the trends for us both to mutually react and discuss.
All of the memes and the culture that you need, that lack. So I'm totally cool with it.
Oh, miserable. Isn't it great to get old?
Yes, absolutely. It certainly is. But we're ready to get into this set. We've got Fiji and Ripcord getting started with game number 1, PS2.
Got a minor audio bug right here. We'll see if we can.
All right. Either way.
Getting back into the match right here, though, so we're kind of seeing what we would expect because these low percentage item combos on Pac-Man's side definitely going to go ahead and lead to a ton of damage. But the problem is that what happens after? What happens? Is Rob actually going to be able to answer that with Pyro?
That's true. I mean, right now we've got Galaxian still trying to do the work, send back to the Hydrant, try to do some more pressure tools against Ripcord, and the Dare's a constant issue for Fiji. They have the ability to like delay some of their aerials and have like really quick ones like there. They're taking in some of the delayed ones. This is where it's going to get dicey for Pac-Man players because you always have to have your setup. Rob is so good at breaking.
Yeah, he's a character that can simultaneously be kind of zony and then can also function as a zone break. The character is just good. Also, speaking of good, absolutely not trying to put up with any of the Rob shenanigans at center. So you're going to have to get these kills a little bit honestly or a little bit later, like 130.
True. Okay, but yep, they're out of shield, and almost rolls back into range of the bell, but Fiji's still going to find it coast to coast. Not to kill because of it. So we air the gyro and instantly invalidate that as an option. Going to be able to forward smash your way to the first stock, and first plug one of be a good line to start off with that.
I'm kind of mad about how frequently Fiji just gets like point blank range belts on. That's one of those where it's like you have to respect it.
Yeah.
You cannot allow Pac-Man to just walk up to you and then threaten a frame 3 kill. Look at that. You, by the way, cannot get a forward smash in that position. Has to finish the up there. Ripcord, good recognition right there. Good respect to Fiji's Mario Party minigame.
We don't want to play the chance in that game, you're right. We are going to charge, put up. Not enough to send the Hydrant, and it dissipates right as you're getting your setup. That's the worst feeling for a Pac-Man player, but now we're getting down throw gyro into there, and interesting little Ripcord get some damage on the board, but we need to be able to keep up with Pac-Man because he's doing great damage.
Oh, speaking of damage potential right there, very nearly turning that potential to reality with that forward smash instead. Still getting a solid combo in that position. These neutral layers are not safe on shield. We've all seen the Rob tech. We all know how this character can make that in air. Like, very close to, like, unpunishable. But so far, it feels like the fastballs have not quite been handy enough.
Yeah. Went for a regrab of the bell on the platform. It was actually second throws. Wouldn't be able to grab the bell if you wanted. But we still are looking for the hydrant setup. Good field on both and the follow-up for Ford. Doing the right thing to play around the package setup to get too close to the hydrant. And guess what? When you extend your hurt box that far into the hydrant, Pac-Man's going to be able to take an easy disappointed F smash for trouble.
This character have trouble killing. Wasn't that like one of the problems with Pac-Man? Because it feels as though Fiji gets these dogs early and often.
I mean, it depends. I mean, at 140 plus, no, he has no trouble killing. Hit him with a melon, hit him with an apple, hit him with an orange close to the last one. So many things you can do here. At 120, well, yeah, you got more work. And of course, like the bell, the key are both really good, like just an earlier setup. But yeah, Pac-Man, he's not able to get like a back air setup or a back throw, anything like that. He has like 5 or 6 options total that he can kill you with, but it's just trying to get those setups a little bit more.
Speaking of setup right here, we're seeing Ripcord trying desperately to get something started with that neutral layer at 120 in this one, but finally calls out the jump back air. And
sheesh.
Yeah, that is one of those where you have to be aware of what this character, Rob, is trying to do in the corner.
And we get a regrab on the Galaxian now. We're able to quickly discharge that. We can get another throw on it. Oh, we are. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, just the fullest of hop into the up B, and I'm really trying to get an airstring going, but instead, Fiji yet again breaks out, yet again turns the disadvantage into an advantage one. This lead has started to whittle down a wee bit here. So, like, Rob's starting to use those zone-ish tools.
Ooh, that tech roll in was crucial for Ripcord, but still gets hit by the gyro standing in the way between Fiji and the kill. Unfortunately, unable to take the game yet. So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board. Drop the hydrant right on the gyro, finally picked up out of frustration and unable to get anything off the Ripcord. Falling into the trap time after time. Has to go high to avoid the key and does a good job of doing so.
Finally using that gyro against Ripcord. That's a good tool from a few. Oh my god, what just happened?
The melon hit the gyro and it kind of
fell it off the platform into Fiji and messed up that kill confirm. That is so unfortunate. Y'all forgot that Fiji had one in the chamber. You watch Fiji load that apple into the hydrant, and Ripcord's like, yo, this surely wasn't going to hurt, is it?
Oh, but that's buckshot right there. That was close range, and you took the full brunt of it. Landed right on top of the apple, and that's the kill option that I was talking about. You got the setup, you got the kill, you got the game.
What a statement right there. It's definitely one of those little tricks to say, hey, by the way, I ain't your B&B pack. I'm not sitting here just trying to go ahead and hold neutral and nothing else. I have tricks, and you have to respect them. I want you to be afraid the second I put my hydrant back.
True. Flip Hunter going to be looking for here on Crown and City towards choice. This is actually the second time that I think we've seen someone take here as a counter pick. It's actually a good stage for Pac-Man.
Case in point.
Want to know why?
Right there, exactly. Just carry him off the stage. People forget this character not only his owner, but can box with the best of them.
But he's got great kill options that are horizontal. You've got back throw, you've got back air, you've got forward smash. These are all good skill options. He has been looking for them time and time again. There's no surprise that we're seeing more of them here on Town City. Close side blast zones. Tough. Like Ripcord has a plan of their own. I'm sure they're looking to try to set up like a down smash.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, if I want a similar stage that isn't going to be as much, I'd be thinking
Smash was also good for that.
True, this character doesn't have that many bad skills.
Yeah, no, I would say like probably his worst like Battlefield.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, I mean, that's kind of why I'm surprised we're not seeing like a switch to the vertical from Ripcord. You can get the ladders, the up airs, the juggles. That's the place where like Pac-Man kind of falters to force up the hydrant, things like that. But you're on a longer stage, it means that you can hang out, especially off stage, has the ability to kill.
Trying to get something going with that melon, not going to work out. So the side to recover. That is going to be an interesting thing for this stage, rather. Given the fact that these recoveries are going to take so long, here's a rotor arm just hovering over edge.
Ooh,
no
okay.
jump.
Was not sure what we were going to see there. Perhaps like a forward throw into the melon was the work. So Ripcord doesn't play around with that. Looks to grab themselves and can't hang out there too long because that does hit ledge grab. The ledge hang.
The secret in that spot is to get a
Right.
knock away the Pac-Man, and even if they are committing to shield off on your hitbox, you trade with Bell.
And if it doesn't, you knock Pac-Man away while you're frozen in there. Oop. Okay, and then you drop the shield a little bit. It still wasn't small enough for that to be a poke.
Down air is, for some reason, very good. It's like a discount snake down air.
I mean, I wouldn't even say it's discount. I would say it's like slightly worse. Well, really, it's like 10 cents off.
Yeah. You get that 5% where they get the bright yellow sticker to say, hey, it's a real deal, but
Yeah, trust me, this is not like great value thing now. This is still like
it's a family value.
this is like something else. So something like Costco. Kirkland signature.
Kirkland's signature. That's great. Kirkland's signature down here. That is wonderful. I'm feeling it.
All right, so we've got the ability to do side B, and then get yourself right back to stage. Not too worried about the the ledge down. It's always kind of interesting. Rob through this thin ledge very easily, but he's not really super worried about it right now.
One oddity that I've noticed about Ripcord's playstyle is that Ripcord, like, despite having a very good item game, never fires the gyro behind him when he goes to pick it up. It almost entirely uses a gyro shot, like as an projectile to apply pressure. I don't know about that one. I feel like the item game is so good for Rob that you kind of just want that in your hand.
Oh, okay, we get up there. That's still some damage. It's not great, but you have to do that. I like that the push with water though. No, that was really smart. I got it. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Like, Rob is one of those characters. Good thing here. We do okay. Up there on his work. We've got the lead. How do we handle it?
With 122% rage, this is look out for them to drop. This is I am terrified if I'm back. I need to get the stock off 8 and 8.
Hard to put the bell. But her 134, so I can see the apple is the option right now. You know, it might be able to have the ability. Apple moves fast enough that it's not always reactable super easily from Ripcord, but landing through and on top of the melon, that is a long-lasting, lingering projectile.
Off the field, trying to go ahead and toss it over and calling out the jump, but Rob has enough resources to play with to get the heck out of dodge. This is the difficulty killing that I expected from Pac-Man. Like, it just feels as though with this full stage, between E and Apple, like, those are great tools, but I have time to react to them.
182, I think even Orange will do it close to the ledge. This is looking like Pac-Man doesn't have a shortage of options. You just have to get one good hit. Get up attack is not going to be it. Finally find the apple as Ripcord finds himself in this like false security as they land back to the cage.
At 205, though, I'm Pac-Man. I'm judging myself bad. You cannot allow your opponent to live that long, no matter how good you are. Do we have a mash read? Yep, uphill, up air. Do we have the DI check? Even with pretty good DI, it still felt like that was high enough for Rob to win.
Yeah, at that vertical height, Rob is going to pretty easy. You're in town in the city of all places. It's crazy. Ripcord went to the stage and looked for 2 kills off the top.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't get any kills off the side. Like,
on TNC,
that's the whole point.
I feel like TNC counterpick that time was just to give himself because he had the ability to start to react to some of those setups, and we didn't really see PG go for anything crazy. It was purely, we're going to hold down neutral. I'm going to choose when I'm going to approach with this Rob neutral air, and you can go ahead and have whatever food setup you want. Protect that you're doing something funny. I'm across the stage looking at it.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, we're going back to Town City. Like I said, this is a good stage attack. So I just feel like anything really. There should be.
At that point, I was holding my breath, waiting for the side beat.
Yeah, I was expecting it. I was like, oh, okay, you die here, right?
Yeah, every single time a Rob hit like in that position, either the forward air or the neutral air, I'm just like, okay, get that.
And I've seen it from Ripcord too. I feel like I know they have the wherewithal to go.
Just using this neutral air as an anti-blocking tool, and it's been so effective for Ripcord so fun.
Oh,
Still does get shot in the back of the head with that. Was that a
orange?
Orange?
Yeah, it was orange. That's crazy. Good angle on that, and just like the revenge of orange. Maybe jump over the black stand, but the orangey angle as it moved up actually working in favor to secure that hit. Ripcord is able to create space between himself and Fiji and finds this bell into F smash. What can he expect?
I mean, that was a great parry in that spot. But definitely using the defensive tools as well as you can in that position. If I'm Ripcord right here, I want to make this in trap into something here. I got to go ahead and get a kill.
There. Okay, barely mistimed it, but we still get a second chance with that back air over the hydrant.
So one thing that people tend to forget about Rob is that rotor arm is a bit of a reflex. So I'm curious if we're going to see like one kill in a pivotal position.
It's just so committal that it's just like you can't get out of it once you're with it. But look at that stretcher bringing right back towards the beating.
Excuse me? You have gyro combos too?
Oh yeah, Pac-Man has like insane item combos. You see how that fair is?
Pac-Man does for sure. I'm just sitting here like PG hit Ripcord with that college shot.
Uh-oh. Then gotta get out. Yeah, the falling gyros. By that setup. Crazy.
The trip helped him 100%.
So what's funny is Pac-Man has extra frames on his trip animation where he's not able to interact.
He's got that long trip animation that freezes him for a
That's
bit.
why the Diddy matchup is so difficult for Diddy's. They have to know the timings for Pac-Man when they get the trip with the banana. But he takes longer to get up.
That is...
Trip. He takes longer to fall, actually. Like, he's in this weird trip animation.
It's like him and Samus that have that. Yeah, Diddy mains are furious in this matchup.
Oh, okay. Weird interaction with Gyro and Bell, but no worries.
Yeah, exactly. Going for the up air in that situation. I was praying that Fiji would double jump out of that spot because if you just rely... I'm going to go ahead and pause in my analysis right there. There's Fiji very nearly getting that down there and hitting that stock very early. Again, has the percentage lead, but not able to make too much out of it. It just feels like whenever Fiji gets triple digits, it becomes big.
Ripcord is doing the right thing by trying to challenge the Hydra drop above with up air and extend through with that good multi-hit move and kill Fiji if they're not drifting well enough after the Hydra drop itself. Still creating some space, but all this.
The hydrant save, that interaction for Fiji, just the smallest little gust of that water allowing him to survive.
Okay, look at Gyro Snipe, unable to get a reset. No, the delay picking up the slow falling, floating this Pac-Man jump back to ledge, still on up 163, finding another lack of kill options from Fiji. Still struggling to get the kill in for 3.
I think that barrage of Pac-Man projectiles and Nerf. I hate to talk about this. I don't think it's going to happen, but we do only have 3 minutes left right here on our last talk. It feels like both players are committing to more of a defensive plan, so I don't think the timeout is necessarily something we have to be aware of.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if Ripcord wants it, he might be able to get it.
Don't jinx it.
Sorry for speaking it into
please
existence.
don't jinx it. I mean, but seriously, I think that's fine. I think at this point, Ripcord doesn't feel like they have to get much damage, but damage kind of comes naturally and quick burst from Rob. So,
Yeah.
one advantage state there is
I agree 100%. It feels like PG's the one that is committing to the slow game,
right.
and that might only hurt.
Yeah, I mean, potentially. I feel like Pac-Man can outcamp some characters. Rob is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the lead, you certainly can, but not right now. Not when you're down a stock. You're not going to get these full screen E or Apple. Like, Ripcord playing too solidly.
Right. I think it's just a good knowledge of how to, like, down. You've seen a lot of good pressure. I take 72% before we finally talk. Another apple. Seems like the good break. I like break glass piece of the bird.
Definitely one of those just middling tools where it's not the best kill option, it's not the worst neither, and it can still be a surprising.
I mean, it also kills off the top. It's different than how other Pac-Man kill options are. So you're not dying exactly like crap the way you should.
So it took PG a full 60 seconds to take that last stock when Rob was already at 120.
Minute and a half left in the game, and as I say,
Something has to change. We can turn this up a little bit to start going through these confirms that we saw earlier where we were getting a lot of like Galactic and Galaga combos.
oh, well, we're getting All right. Say goodbye to the key.
It's a little bit of an errant reverse.
Well, I mean, either way, it might have just tried to get rid of the key. Like, you're just getting damage at that point. It's like 20%, but you need more than that. It's not, we're not a kill percentage. Kill percentage is very close to it themselves, but get an edge guard? Oh, you really wanted to go for the kill.
Full committal right there, yeah.
The down air now, that's crazy.
Loving Ripcord running away from the orange for your life.
Oh my god, you gotta be careful there because, I mean, that gyro could make things a lot more just fucked up than the last one.
If I am Ripcord, I am camping this out of principle.
Trying 30 seconds. You do that, you have to run out of fuel, and there's no platforms, but
What a stall.
okay.
Using every drop of fuel right there to just hover over Fiji's shield. Fiji was 100% committing to getting parry into Bell into forward smash. Ripcord knew it, you knew it, I knew it. Fiji just didn't know that we knew.
Yeah, well, hopefully next time they do know. Going back to Counter City again. Ripcord finding that clutch down air mid-stage, but all the damage they hammered, trying to stock up. Even though you don't have to approach, you still have to hit the game at some point. Hit 30 seconds. You can make things a little more dire. I think it's one of those very... But, you're aiming for 4 territory. Looking for a big read already. I guess Ripcord's leading.
Oh, we are trying to get all of this fuel gone immediately. I think that option for Fiji didn't quite work out, but still at 52%, that is a productive off-stage interaction.
Sure. A lot of teams that can really ask what Ripcord is able to put on the table themselves. A lot of back here. We're scaling out this back here. Obviously, we're not using the skill. So, I mean, sure, why not?
Sorry, not to speak too much in that position. Did that key get slowed down by Mike?
It looked like it did. I'm not sure how, because I thought the Hydra was behind.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sitting there like, does that
or maybe it was
have a
the
hitbox behind?
Maybe it was the water. I don't know. Either way, but that was
just weird.
If it had hit shield, it might have done a shield. But there's a lot of shield.
It does, yeah. This character, Pac-Man, is a very weird character. There are a lot of like specific things. No.
Yeah, but that's definitely one of the things that if you don't know it by now, you like you should.
My friend, we are 6 years into this.
Like, yeah, Bell S Smash.
good.
Like, come on now. You've been new.
Yeah, Bell good, and then Zomberry. These are things we need to both know in.
Constant. That's a fact. But as of right now, yep, a little bit of a projectile trade, taking some damage on both sides. Good on projectiles from Ripcord, doing a great job with the laser, with the gyro, alternating them to find the mark. Well enough.
Ripcord's doing a good job of being like dodging and weaving quite a bit. Ripcord isn't really missing advantage overly on this stage. Basically, what feels like Ripcord go in, get 1 or 2 hits, and then wait to see what Fiji does.
Right, yeah, especially like the fade back, waiting, like first out of corner. That's something that Pac-Mans do a lot. They have really good out of shield options, really good out of advantage options. Get off people with great air and tear. They really feel like they can take a lot of stuff in the first opportunity, but at the moment, security, Ripcord is able to set that up. Now, you get forced air dodge, a down air on this up.
Yeah, good delay right there on Fiji's side, recognizing exactly what Ripcord was trying to do. So far, though, fully lapped in percent is Fiji, and this is looking dire. Up tilt, up air, not quite going to work out because again, Fiji match great, but catching the back air in the corner one more time. 3-1 Ripcord. Fiji, what a valiant effort. A lot of 3-1 moves close.
Yeah, I mean, they were getting a little bit closer towards the end. I mean, it felt like Ripcord had some really, really strong advantage. I think they were just able to carry those home. Fiji was just kind of the set kind of figuring out towards the end of the set. A whole lot of stuff that you were able to like really consist. Like you were getting a few of those like steps and everything like that, but you gotta be able to get your bread and butter. You gotta be able to get your solid kill. And it was a lot of reliance on Bell, which I get it. Former Pac player, I totally understand. I just think that like the kills with Apple were really good. I think that's why we were able to get so many because they were good mix-ups when it happened. But we have to get like other things. Like we were missing back throw. We're missing. Apple.
Yeah, I don't even know we saw a single grab.
We're missing Melon. We're missing like the other kill options that we know has.
So it looks like we're going to be heading to a break here, but we do have our winners quarters wrapped up. Let's give a quick bracket update here. So Smub over Fool, we saw Smub is going to be facing off against Ripcord right there in one side of winner semis. And on the other end, Aooosten 3-1 over Cold Cut, and Kim Boyachi 3-2 over K24 in a nail biter. So those are your two winners semis matches. On the other side, we have Cold Cut versus Esteban, K24 versus Wowie's Puff, Coinfish, the Wario player, 3-1 over Fool after beating out Mango Times. Good run from Coinfish. And finally, Zay will be facing off the loser of that last match in Fiji. So may have some opportunity to see some more of these players that we've just watched in winners quarters, but going to have to wait a wee bit. We'll be right back. With us, and I hope that you're ready for a couple phenomenal matches because we have Smub Ripcord locked and loaded here on winner semis. On the other side, Aooosten versus Kim Boyachi. So tons of phenomenal competitors still clinging to life in bracket. We got to see who's going to head punch their ticket into winners finals. Nerf. Out of those two, who do you got?
Out of which one? Smub Ripcord?
Both of those two.
So I would say Smub gonna be my favorite. You know, I can't ever root against the boy. I can't. It physically just erupts inside of me. I am a Smub diehard fan, and I will be until I die hard. So let's go. Aooosten versus Boyachi. I'm not sure about that one. I think Aooosten probably got it because he got the experience. Got the upset back. Let's talk about this one first. Smub versus Ripcord. Obviously, two big bodies duking it out, and neither of them with the heft that a big body usually sports.
Agreed. Both of them like slightly above average, but not really all that much. And Rob, we always say that the character's a little bit too big, and right there we kind of saw the height factoring into it as that tall body. It makes it very difficult to sometimes hit those effects on the ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, if that's a no-tech zone, then you're going to be doing the robot right in the blast. Now we'll have to see if Smub is going to be able to parry the laser and then get something off of it. Unfortunately, he's just kind of like lacking a little bit of distance as he's trying to run down Ripcord all the way to the corner. Ripcord put the back against the wall, not going to perturb at all, going to still have that same fire in the tank.
In the Battle of the Nairs, it feels like Ridley's going to win this one.
Yeah.
We've seen it 2 or 3 times in a row here where it's disjointed enough to beat out Rob Nair.
Early.
Yeah.
It's faster. Like, that's the thing. The Nair is not going to win. Started at the same time. Like, you're both pressing the button. You both will look at the same thing at the same moment. I mean, Smub's going to win out. He's got the fastest gun in the West right now.
Fastest back in the West right there with that big jump off of the ledge. We saw the immediate, like, retreat, too. Okay, Smub, what was that? He has 17.
No,
why are you trying to kill him already?
Don't you question my boy. Like, that's going to be like, hey, I mean, that if he rolls in, he dies.
True.
That's it. That's the rolling
At 17,
read.
I don't know if he dies at 17.
I mean, with Gaia,
The
wrong.
triple
Gaia
up.
completely wrong. He's going for it. Going for it. What do you want? Point blank, though? Like, that's crazy.
Also, yeah, this is we're going for a little bit of wild nonsense right here. It does get the up tilt into the up air, and yeah, I don't even think the option of the eye you're getting out of that.
No way. I mean, yeah, we talked about it. Not super heavy. I'm gonna lose that one at that high is tough. Ridley doesn't have the ability to survive. Like that 130 it was like. So that's just tough. 2-1 lead, low percent, no rage. So at least you have that again.
Anything you can do, I can do better. One Nair deserves another in this situation. Nair out of shield, Nair to start combos. Nair is an anti-air. What can?
I mean, typically, I guess the only thing it can't. Yeah, the only thing it can't do is kill. But that's why we have everything else, including the forward air and higher recovery. Ripcord loves going for that high recovery. It's the thing that Rob loves to do. They are very want to go high, basically skip the edge guard situation, reset to center stage, place their capability. But Smub not going to give the ability. So we're going to force Hollow Bastion for 2.
And an interesting choice it is. It feels as though Hollow Bastion with that platform, it's a little bit larger, so Smub can't cover the whole dang thing with things like up smash, up air, which he absolutely loves to do. So perhaps that'll help out here, but I still do feel like on reaction and with tech chases, you're not going to be able to cover the whole thing, but you can certainly react and fire off some kind of quicker option like a neutral air.
Right. Okay, so now we've got taking it to Hollow Bastion. This is a low ceiling stage, so I would be very careful about how I approach the anti-air situation when I'm going against Smub, because he's going to be able to get a lot of kills off up smash if we're not careful, and the containability on things like up tilt are going to be very dangerous as we're covering that platform. Still, Ripcord doing the right thing about creating space, catches Smub with a trip, and now it was the roll in on get up that he was able to punch with an air.
And trying to use those projectiles to whittle down Smub's shield. Certainly it did work out, but not able to really get much percent out of it. It feels like that's the problem. You can go ahead and get every now and then a gyro on shield or a laser on shield, but what do you actually make out of it? Has to air dodge there, no more fuel, so we are toast 100%. Smub has more than enough hitboxes to cover that air dodge back.
Yeah, and now we have to do something here to cover the ledge. Smub doing as much as he can to give himself the insurance necessary to force Ripcord to step back well enough from the ledge to avoid getting hit by that downward angled up. Even all these backers on shield not going to be safe enough. Smub finds the punish here and there, but that will definitely not do it.
Yeah, it didn't go for the up tilt, so it didn't actually start off as high, but the gyro shot off stage does. Getting Smub breaking tumble a little bit errantly. Great punish right there from Ripcord.
Okay, yep, trading the nairs. Here we are again, but this time coming out on top is Ripcord. He still gets caught in that height by the Space Pirate Rush, and all of a sudden, Smub can force another one here on ledge, doing all of this damage, dragging him all the way to the other side. A little bit of pressure here with the Plasma Breath, but not enough to really make something. We just have another edge guard set up.
Forward tilt not going to connect right there, and is able to land and get a little bit of this fuel back, so an opportunity to respond on Ripcord's side.
Ooh.
But neutral air actually not going to connect right there, but finally the parry forward tilt certainly will set up another edge trap situation, but a little bit of a gyro assisted option, calling out the spot dodge, so it doesn't even seem to matter there, as Smub just had the extra page in that book, has the read necessary to get that kill.
Okay, so down tilt into our back air. Ripcord trying to swing a little bit for the fences, but you have to try and get the kill on a big body like Smub. Trying to do something, but Smub's spacing has been so good. The fading nair, the throwing of the gyro. He's just standing just outside of Ripcord's threat distance.
I'm trying my best not to give you stuff for a threat distance. Yeah. You got a little bit of the southerner accent right out there. True. So now trying to recover. Gets a Space Pirate Rush into the missed tech. But great aggressive up air, and that's something that I really respect out of Ripcord. Ripcord has been aggressive at a disadvantage.
Yeah, you got to be at this point, because you're not given a whole lot of advantage states. You got to make sure that when you have those shots, you got to make them count. So we parry another one of the nairs. Parry is going to be really important for Smub. Pressure on against Ripcord's own attempt at pressure.
Neutral yet again called the roll, and then the sliding forward tilt. I'm taking that option. And look at these basic tools. Keep the Rob at arm's length. Do not allow him to approach and then get that forward air. Not quite going to kill, but there can't be much gas left right here. Maybe one more forward tilt or neutral air will force this Rob to recover low. No, Ripcord keeps trying to go high. A little bit of a greedy option right there, and Smub certainly.
Yeah, I mean, you just try to take the easy way out. Try to get the momentum shift with the back air, things like that to kind of give you a little bit of burst of movement, enough to kind of maybe mix up Smub. But Smub is so ready. Those jump heights and those forward airs, so precise. And it's tough, particularly with a multi hit like that. Ripcord, he's going to get something up. There's not really an escape unless you go super high. And then maybe force Smub to go high, try to get there. But even then, I feel like you're still stuck in the same situation.
Kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't, too. Right. Try to go low, too. Like, you know the Rob reaches those big old hands past the stage, so he's particularly susceptible to those forward.
And even in Game 3, we missed a high Smub, but Ripcord doesn't punish. He kind of dashes back and hesitates. Doesn't have the option. Doesn't really know what to do in that situation. And now Smub takes full control.
Yeah, that's a little bit of... You just can't be doing that against Ripcord. You have to make sure that your one hit converts you. It's not a stock max damage. Because otherwise, you just lose all your resources, get carried off stage, and get susceptible to these resets. Standard get up, he's got the nair for it. You try to reproach, he's got the nair for it.
Now he's got the fares as well. Smub is ready with all of these. He got like four fares in that single edge guard. Ripcord getting caught by all of them. A lot of damage, becoming untenable very quickly. Smub continues to... What? He falls a little bit forward. I thought that maybe he was going to put the bag in the hands of way back. Probably.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing right there, but I mentioned it before that it feels as though Ridley's drift after the up is really awful. Oh no, speaking of awful, missing that tech, that is not a situation you can find yourself in easily. Forward tilt again, resetting the spot, but Rob does not have a ton of fuel left, and it intercepted once more.
Yeah,
is that it?
Yeah, okay. I guess maybe ran out of fuel there.
Yeah. Like if you don't get a chance to sit with those...
Okay, so we finally disjoint perfectly. It's not easy that you can catch the disjoint that exists within really up special, but something like Rob down air has the potential.
When two disjoints meet, only one can survive, and right there, it's giving this Rob player in Ripcord another lease on life. How do you get that stage?
It's giving. But right now, it feels like we've got this, it's like the unstoppable force of the immovable object.
I'm begging you to stop standard get up. Like, it just feels as though Smub has had the timing right so many times in a row. Like, just try something else.
Gyro, yep, it connects. Get another potential nair, but this time out by the up.
And he was again calling out the standard get up with side B one more time. Did manage to whiff, but no punish, so Smub again gets the parry into the forward tilt. How much fuel do we actually have left? I feel like we have to go low here.
He doesn't get too framed, but it's the third F tilt that is indeed the charm. And Smub breaks away 3-0 over.
And the Ridley forward tilt really does limit the option right there, but I would have paid money to see just a roll or a jump to throw off Smub time.
Yeah, I mean, there are ways to get in. I think the Ripcord at the end of the line. I've lost so many options. I've lost so much. Like, it's tough. It's very demoralizing to fight Smub. It's so calculated. Every little bit, finding your weaknesses, poking, prodding, and literally skewering your weaknesses. It's like a critical hit to your mental every time.
I feel like the biggest problem, and the biggest reason why Smub is so frustrated to fight against, is because he just does the same thing until you force him to do something else. Like, there wasn't a bag of tricks right there in the corner. Smub sat there at roll distance and forward tilted, and then if you miss the forward tilt, he nair. That's it. There was
Sometimes
no
he
special.
Forward tilted again. Sometimes he would just forward tilt 3 times and win the game. He was forward tilt 3 times.
And it's like the options are so good that it becomes in real time. You have to figure out how to either mix up Smub's timing or how to get around it with one of your characters off. And if you can't figure it out, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Like that's the biggest problem because you're thinking to yourself, "Oh God, I could have done this. I could have done that. What if I tried this option?" But in the moment when you're terrified, pinned to that corner, the only thing you can think about is, "How do I get back? Please let me get back without getting forward tilted 6 more times."
I mean, to his credit, I mean, you gotta hand it to him. Ridley is one of those characters that smothering character.
Yeah.
The downtime of when not throwing out moves is really, really small. You can just nair and forward tilt, and nair and forward tilt. And you're constantly throwing out lingering moves that are strong and disjointed and large and huge in range. And, like, you can keep throwing them out because they have low end lag. And if they whiff, they're not stale.
I think he might have, like, 2 or 3 of the top 5 options that Like, his forward tilt might be the best 2-frame option in the game. His down tilt is like better Incineroar down tilt.
Right.
It's already
good.
Is
like
one
that's
of the better ones
Incineroar's
in the game.
best move. Like that is arguably his best move.
And then if both of those fail, you just do a retreating nair, which is one of the best nairs in the game.
Right.
It's like it's just so many resources in that particular situation. I can't blame people for getting caught.
Meanwhile, we're taking a trip to the other side of winners semifinals as we enter into the camp zone.
I don't know, Nerf. In this matchup, I feel like Kim Boyot can't really go ahead and like camp out Aooosten because at mid-distance, Mega Man can do exactly what we're seeing now. That pellets, stop, spin punch. So you have to be a little bit more aggressive. I feel like this is going to be mid-distance defensive gameplay rather than camping.
Of course, but I mean, whoever has the lead is going to do the camping, so camping is still going to occur.
Camping occurs in every.
Okay.
Okay.
Sonic. It's Sonic. I forgot. I'm sorry. I was unfamiliar with your game.
Both of us were a little hyped up for that for split second, but
anytime Aooosten gets down there, it's worth a little bit of a pop off. He's looking for that all the time. Honestly, against a character like Sonic, as much as like even though we saw it not kill, like sometimes that's the stuff you need.
And here's the messed up part about Sonic's game plan, is that not enough people appreciate how much damage this character does. It feels like Aooosten has been winning neutral pretty handedly for the first half of the game, and yet he's almost 2-to-1 like differential in
Exactly.
damage.
So, like, why is he behind? Exactly.
Because
It's
Lemons
okay.
do like a 0.5%.
Right. And it's mostly just like a, hey, I can stuff you out, keep you doing some move, and maybe throw you into a little bit of hit time, and I can do something else. There. Do something else, but unfortunately, that's something else getting forward aired by a run off option. Sonic, that's the last.
Yeah, exactly. Catch him a little bit complacent off stage, catch him just thinking, oh, I'm going to come back, just lazily drift back to stage. No, you're going out.
But I will
stage
say,
left pocket is going.
these are both characters actually that act after they're up. They can't act after they're up.
Very true.
Very privileged characters here on the screen right now.
And isn't Rush just a sentient spring coil?
Essentially. Yeah, that is true. Hey, you know what? That's crazy because he doesn't like fall and like hit the opponent, but like he is something that the other like the opponent can use just like a grounded spring. That's great.
I mean, he's man's best digital friend. He's not going to.
Hedgehog. And
Oh yeah, that's actually Dog's natural predator, right?
exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like you should be really aggressive. Like that's why I need to be like Rush be a pitbull at that moment. Like just go crazy. Okay, speaking of going crazy.
Yeah, that was an immaculate edge guard right there, and Kimboyachi up 2 stocks and not quite at kill percentage. This has been a brutal start here to game 1.
God, I hate that 140 is not quite kill percentage, but finally we're finding that is not true. I was just going to get the first stock. How did Kimboyachi level up so much? He's put Aooosten to the ringer.
I'm going to go ahead and blame AB. African Batman has been out here labbing with all the Sonic nades in the region, and I hate it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a lab monster, and he 100% is out there, like, as the mid-set coach. Anytime folks like Kimboyachi make it too late to bracket.
Oh, whoa, mid-set coach. Hang on.
His mid-set coaching tips are always like, just play better. Just be better.
Sure, okay, that's fine. I'll allow it.
Yeah, if
Hey,
the mid-set coaching is just hating on them, then I'm good with it.
They're nice, but all right. Either way, we might need some mid-tech coaching for Aooosten right now because Kimboyachi needs to have the complete control of everything. That Crash Bomber is the only thing standing between Aooosten and victory on the ledge, and still he falls too short.
It looked like the directional air dodge did not go to the stage. It felt like it was like up and to the right, and unfortunately it was a little bit more up and to the right. So no magnet hands to help out Aooosten right there, and that is one, that's kind of a heartbreaker. That's
Right.
one where you had like sit back and care. How did that go so wrong?
Well, so quick, you know the answer is Sonic. Go wrong.
He just got to go fast.
That's the question. Go wrong is the real question. How did it go so wrong? And as Mega Man, maybe not using the projectiles correctly, but he was using the projectiles correctly enough. He was throwing them at the right angle, doing the right thing, maybe a little bit too much.
Real talk, I think that you had it right as the ultimate a couple times. Offstage interaction always went Kimboyachi's way. Aooosten was way too greedy offstage, and he got forward-aired offstage 2 times and lost 3 stocks.
We're taking it to Alan. Known for having a lack of edge game, usually. Like, there's not a whole lot of offstage stuff that happens on Allison. At least we have the ability to stage tech on stage. Good, the ride.
I don't think we were even going to get a chance to check the stage trick. I don't think we're going to play on stage. It feels as though Aooosten kind of got knocked into disadvantage about 30 seconds ago and still hasn't had the chance to hit more than 2 buttons.
True. Right, so far the Leash Shield is doing a little bit of pressure at range. Close range, we are going to be able to get some damage, but that Kimboyachi quick with the out of disadvantage. Get himself something more damage.
Happening to field a couple times here, but I'd like to see Aooosten start to rely on a couple more combos because it feels as though Kimboyachi is hitting the shield in situations where Aooosten just taps away with safe pressure. Safe pressure is great, but it doesn't get you the lead. Instead, you've got a 2-to-1% differential and now down at the top.
Well, right now we still have more work to do for Aooosten. You know, a former champion of Smashtag now puts the rope. Kimboyachi doing the right things, but unfortunately you might have a lack of options here on ledge. Just kidding, you're Sonic! Just kidding!
That was a phenomenal delay from Kimboyachi. Aooosten. That is an interesting up tilt.
Up tilt. You thought the Shoryuken was safe there, and now Sonic the Hedgehog exerting that natural predator against the doll.
True, just forcing Aooosten to jump up time and time again. Does catch the roll in, though, with the forward smash. So that big old percentage differential that I complained about not 30 seconds ago, gone.
Yep.
Entirely erased here by solid neutral. from Aooosten.
This is the momentum shift that Aooosten needed. But that shield is looking a little small, so Koyachi's friction tools look all the stronger. Aooosten looking for a crazy up smash read, but Koyachi only falling out of it. A couple hits with nothing. Getting around the projectiles was good. Dash attack still putting the hurt on Koyachi and trying to get this potential a little bit more competitive than Aooosten.
These two are kind of moving. To be honest, like this is, I did not think that Mega Man was going to be able to keep up with Sonic. This has kind of been movement potential here for these projectiles to be reversed. Like has been kind of sick.
Right, we don't often see too much of like Mega Man's approach tools put on full display like that. And that crazy fastball bear, like landing, I felt like that was almost like a wave bounce bear. Like that felt crazy to watch, but Koyachi falls victim to that, and now Aooosten with the first lead of the set.
But at 109, this is always tentative. Sonic can go ahead and let you know with that forward smash right halfway across the stage. Looking a little min at times. So you have to be definitely aware of the first option range of this character. He's basically in.
Yeah. Hey, looking for that dare, but a little bit optimistic as Koyachi goes for the higher option. Aooosten trying to stick that crash bomber on ledge, give Koyachi or they'll say, okay, I got to back off, but now you have to back off, go to center stage, chill out, he'll wait for that to happen. Weird trade there with that call it. Don't worry about it.
Solid damage so far, too, actually, credit-wise. Really, the problem is that we're not seeing like, any of these long strings. Just one neutral interaction for 50% damage in this reset situation. So far, Aooosten, it seems to protect that. Back throw certainly not going to kill Mega Man heavier than most. Has to recover low. Instead, goes for the wall jump back air, and Koyachi a little bit slow on the draw right there, unable to react to that option.
Not many people would expect Mega Man to have a wall jump.
I didn't.
You know, it's like, I mean, people wouldn't expect Mega Man to have a wall jump. He does. But either way, we have 100% to 0. This is going to be a really tough situation for Koyachi because we talked about having the lead in front, but we don't. It's a lot more difficult. Projectile maniac like Mega Man.
Yeah, this is, I don't want to interact with your safe spin dash here. I'm going to need you to commit something, please, dear God.
That shield obviously not helping Koyachi here at all, but he homing attack over the forward smash is super important. Presentation phase, that bear almost going to kill. Still a little early here on Kalos. Look at all this. No rage on Mega Man. It means Koyachi still has so much more work to do, and there's not enough time to do it.
Unironically, you're correct that 2 minutes and 21 seconds, the way that Aooosten was playing, Koyachi was never going to hit him. Like, that dude was not quite camping. That was using one's vertical movement to exploit the fact that Sonic primarily has horizontal movement.
Right. It's like, because you're like
camping with style.
But you're moving while you're camping. You're throwing things and you're like kind of fading away. You're getting close enough for Koyachi to think that he can hit you. And then you back off so that he misses.
They punish him. That's kind of Mega Man as a character.
You just get close enough where he thinks, like, just barely enter his threat. And then he gets a little bit greedy. He's like, okay, look, I have a chance here. I can go for this big homing attack. Then you're right within range where Aooosten's got his best kill option at a disjointed range where it's like fair and fair. So much.
All right, so back on S2 with the bank alert as well.
That's true, honestly. This is
I dig this one exactly, 100%. Good remake, original game.
All right, I mean, either way, I feel like we've got that's still a little bit more, a little bit more play here in the tank. I mean, honestly, there's some damage here, but Koyachi, he's already lost the lead this early part of the game, which is a stark difference from how the past 2 games have gone. I feel like Aooosten might have had the download.
I'm curious, like what the change-up has been for Koyachi, because it felt like Koyachi was in such control there for game 1 rather. Now it just feels as though there has been no momentum whatsoever.
Yeah, even in the beginning of game 2, it felt like Koyachi was still exerting so much good pressure, doing the right things to catch Aooosten unawares. So far in this edge guard, we have the chance to do the same thing. That runoff fair that we've seen, that was a damaging issue for Aooosten. Right now, the edge guard is just barely not panning out. Boyachi gets too greedy up to the top of the blast zone, and Aooosten kind of lets him have it. A couple bears here, and now the damage is starting to rack up.
But now a chance to land again. Take pressure on field. No grab quite yet from Aooosten. With Boyachi playing relatively safe, but trying to use these platforms to extend the movement options. It's working out, but really the problem is that we just haven't seen Boyachi get a grab. It feels as though Aooosten has been safe in the field this entire time, and because of that, like these spin dashes get blocked, and then nothing comes out.
Yeah. And if it gets blocked, like, yeah, there really is nothing you can do. You just have to reset, go back. Get clipped by a forward smash, and
all the way off stage, too.
yeah, wrong place at the wrong time. Why does that crash bomber stick right on his little spine on the top? That was the silliest thing I think I've ever seen.
Give him a little bit of a haircut right there, just a little off the top. Keep it long, though.
But like, it was like a little hat. Like he was like a little, like an ape escape ape. Like he's just like got the little helmet.
I was thinking it was off the little like construction men things in the Sonic game.
that works too. He's just, yeah, like a little alarm, a little.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
the little red light on the top.
That's
exactly.
so funny. Okay, either way, whatever works. But yeah, no. Either way, I think that 164. We've got to make a play here. Boyachi, how did this fall so far? Winning game 1. What happened?
I feel like the offstage interactions have not been going from Boyachi's way, and Aooosten has been holding down the neutral. Like that's oh my god!
No,
that's not a combo.
Don't let him die at 71. No, you can't.
I refuse to believe that lemon into up tilt is a combo. What in the world just happened?
It was 71 when he got hit. There's no freaking way you got.
At max rage? I mean, not even with that. Up tilt's strong, but it shouldn't be that strong. Like, this dude has to go ahead and teach Ryu a couple things right there. Because it's looking like FGC with that Shoryu.
Sheesh. Okay, maybe that could have won Capcom Cup, but I don't know.
I don't know. Luke was pretty good.
Luke is pretty good, but Jury's better, apparently.
Aaron,
anyway.
Don't say any of that.
Anyway.
We live in a dark timeline when that character's top.
At least Coldweather's eating, right?
I hate that.
Let's go! Okay, so let's go. Aooosten 2-1 over Boyachi. A quick win in game 1. Boyachi has just kind of lost all wind in the sail.
Yeah, we need to see something crazy right here. I do feel as though Sonic mains don't lose game 5s. So if there's a little bit of an adaptation to there, or if Aooosten makes a couple of mistakes, we could very well see the reset, or not the reset, the not even a reverse too, because he won game 1.
Right, it's the game 5 either way. It's like the close clutch win. That might be the most that.
True.
Still, there's like you're getting past the edge guard. You're kind of skipping, getting out of jail for free a little bit. That's nice. You're Boyachi. Gotta be taking every win you get.
So I feel like perhaps one of the answers to what's been going on here is that Aooosten hasn't really been swinging. Like, it feels as though whenever he's tossing on a hitbox, it's intelligently positioned so that Sonic cannot come back. That is, like, vital for this matchup, and we need to keep seeing that happen. Boyachi cannot feel that you can press some of these safe situations.
Oh, man, and good shield there from Boyachi to avoid the forward smash point blank, but Aooosten with the perfect roll distance. Like, the coverage, this is what I'm talking about, and now on the platform, there's no escape. Aooosten caught Boyachi there in the perfect loop.
Why did this Mega Man Fair only do 5? That move is so good. Like, I never looked at the damage.
I don't think it's stale, so I don't think that's. It might be like one hit. I think it
like a super weak hit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was sitting there like that move is so freaking good that I've never seen it do that little damage before. But speaking of good, Sonic up air, Sonic's complained about that move so much, but good God, when it works.
Some, yeah, of course. Some moves just have like high knockback, low damage. It happened, but regardless, we're throwing the leaf shield in a way that's like technically, I don't know if that's optimal. Is that optimal?
I don't think so. And Boyachi making him pay for that all of a sudden. On Aooosten, and perhaps we talked about that. The wind might have left this man's sails, but I feel a gale of ruin right here. As Boyachi now has the lead and is able to play a little bit more defensively.
I think that the problem is that he's just kind of like, he's preemptively going for some of his like follow-ups and combos, and he's not reacting to what Aooosten is doing in terms of DI. So it's like he's not able to like follow up with more than 1 or 2 hits. He's looking for a fair, and he just misspaces to overshoot. He's not expecting Aooosten to hold in. Like, he's got to be able to react to these things, so that he's able to get more than just 1 or 2 hits. He needs bigger conversions of what he's getting right now.
do agree. And however, in this situation, now when both characters are just about at kill percentages, I would not be surprised for the Aooosten playing the stock first. These parries on these spin dashes have been absolutely on point.
Punish!
But
Up
that is
smash!
a hard punish. Yeah, what a commitment.
That's what I was looking for. I wanted to see the up smash for up smash. If Kimboyachi is able to read out when Aooosten is looking for that punish up, he can get it himself. We haven't seen any up smash at all from this set, from him in the set. So this is something that in a big close range situation he can use.
Awkward spot right here with full stage control from Kimboyachi. Aooosten trying to walk forward with this blaster, but good move from Kimboyachi to get out of dodge. Here does connect, and now checking back here connects, and this is the vital situation here.
Yeah.
Kimboyachi has invulnerability. Go ahead and use it to start up big, but instead, just homing attacks directly into the stage. That is the opposite of what you want to see in that spot.
And that's the thing, the invulnerability helps him against the Metal Blade, but then he shields, and then he like gives up all that control. The pressure that he just tried to use from the Angel platform, all gone. Oh,
This is a fool out of that?
I heard the footstool, but I don't know. It was a phantom probably, if anything. But we don't get to see a huge punish from Kimboyachi. This is what I'm talking about. There's like these moments where he has the ability to pull the trigger. He just doesn't know what to do in these situations, and it's tough. It's a quick reaction. And almost dying to the up tilt again. Gotta be careful, because that was at the same percent
Just
that he
about,
died.
Yeah, just not max rage and maybe 10% more. The back, no way. Sub 110 before that back air connected. Aooosten stole that game.
Feels like he stole a couple of those games there in the final stretch. But Kimboyachi, it felt like his guy lacking those crucial moments where you can't be wrong.
Yeah.
You gotta hold in for dear life more often.
Yeah, definitely an awkward situation right there. It felt like Kimboyachi in that last game had the right game plan, had the understanding of exactly how Aooosten had managed to seize the lead and seize the momentum away from him. But the problem was the execution. Like just DI at the very end right there. We saw it like with the invulnerability that we both picked up on right there in that spot. In those clutch situations, Kimboyachi is usually has ball lockdown type. Right there, one or two flubs, and that's all it takes.
Yeah, and that's just kind of the way that Smash Ultimate.
So are you ready for Aooosten versus Smub?
Oh yeah, this is actually really fun. I don't personally know the record between these two, but given the fact that Smub's ranked super high,
I would not be surprised whatsoever.
have a whole lot of
Smub was a little bit, a little bit more favored. But I mean, Aooosten's coming off that high, coming off a close set win, and in addition, coming off of a hashtag win last week.
You're right.
I would not be surprised if we got that power up. It's like, oh, I know I could do this. Who are you to me?
And all credit to Aooosten for the win last week. But it was 22 wins. So keep that.
We got the Johns preloaded. I see.
I'm not. Hey, there's no Johns on my end. I'm just saying. I mean, like, what did I say? I did say Smub was a favorite. Cookie? Yes.
What?
Split
yes.
it. Half the cookie.
Oh, no, he's grabbing me one. He's
grabbing you one too.
All right, yep. All right, so that is
the hashtag
100%
for giving us a cookie.
Exactly.
Honestly,
caring about
and
their
not
cast.
only that. Okay,
Thank you so much.
And like, let's be real. I saw them baking these cookies fresh. This is the stuff that like makes a local really, really good. Is having fresh food on site, because you not only have like good drinks, which we've been enjoying, but you also have like hot dogs and like real like real
food. Yeah,
real
exactly.
Food.
I mean, they doing like root beer floats and stuff like that now too.
Oh, that's cool.
Exactly.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, hey, the creativity. That's
exactly. Yeah, the little bar that they got over there, definitely solid food. And in addition, just shout outs to them for caring about the two casters who have to sit out here. I think that the reason why District E became like one of my favorite locals was because like the first time that I was up there, they're trying to advertise their bar and they gave us a free milkshake. I'm just like, I will do whatever you want. The bar is that low for commenting.
Yeah, for real. It's like you could pay me a milkshake. I don't care.
That's all I want. Yeah.
I just want a chance to cast. The milkshake is excellent.
Also, when we stepped out of there on break to grab something to drink, both of us, I don't know about you, but I smelt these things get baked, and I was just like, wait a minute, what is that?
That's what I'm saying. I was up there. I was like, I saw these getting baked. I was like,
maybe we can take a longer
Damn, those
break.
look
Yeah,
look
can we
really
cut for 5 while
good.
we go ahead and do some embarrassing things to this food that's been given to us?
Oh no, I'll do it on camera. I don't care. I mean, normally you got to pay for this kind of content.
Yeah, I got the ASMR content right there. Just
I'm serious. It's got the right amount of crunch on the edge, and it's soft and chewy on the middle. Like that's the makings of a perfect cookie. And like the chocolate chips, like they're not the biggest, but they're fine. They're good.
are they semi-sweet or regular chocolate? That's the worst for me. When people like cheap out and get like the semi-sweet where it's a little like it doesn't taste like chocolate, it just tastes like artificial stuff.
It feels like it was real chocolate. It tastes like real
Good.
chocolate.
Good. That's the worst. Like the sin of all sins is using semi-sweet chocolate and not like real chocolate.
Now that feels real. I think I like the cookie card over there.
All right, so now you get to prattle on and I get to enjoy.
But let me tell you, only at Hashtag Gaming Arena in Herndon, Virginia, will you get this kind of quality, not just in cooking, but also in video games and card games. Smashtag, or really Hashtag, does a lot of work with the Magic community, the Lorcana, Disney Lorcana community. I think Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Right? All of your card game and video game as well can be found here at Hashtag Gaming Arena in Herndon, Virginia. It's a super easy spot to find in Franklin Farm. Obviously, you can come here on Monday for Smashtag, but there's plenty of other options for you throughout the week.
Oh yeah,
They have a litany of collector's item options for like action figures and
books too.
books, yeah, board games, like everything you can imagine here at this game store.
And real talk, if you're just looking for some like fun time, you can stop by, hit up the bar, grab something to drink, and then they have a bunch of games like board games and such, open and available to customers. So if you're looking for just like game night with a friend, and you don't want to like buy Gloomhaven because it's expensive as hell, come here, try it.
For sure. I mean, you could pretty much play anything you want. Warhammer 40K. You could play Pokemon TCG. You could play Pokemon PCG. I don't care. Like, I mean, any of those.
So speaking of games, what have you been playing?
Helldivers.
Oh, you too? All right, you got to give me the code.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Look, the spread managed democracy.
All right.
Exactly,
all right.
exactly.
Hey, anything for liberty. What can I say, man?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm
Fun game.
It is really fun. I mean, it's very, very easy. Like pick up and play, but it's also really replayable. It's always better with.
Agreed.
It's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, sure. I'm sure it's like Lethal Company. Like you gotta play with your friends,
So,
goof around, and
Lethal Company is like
strategy.
really funny.
Okay.
But the thing that I like about Helldivers, like I played both recently, and my friend group switched over to Helldivers
Okay.
because you get the same comedic effect on Lethal Company, but you also get like incredible cinematic gameplay. Like that's the crazy. I've
Not
had
wrong.
some things where it's like 4 people holding a line against the bug versus all the minutes
That's
and a half
crazy.
waiting for the extract to come out.
It's actually hilarious if you turn off the music and you put on like 70s Vietnam era war music. It's elevated.
You
It
got
is
Fortunate Son going.
truly. I'm serious. Imagine dropping in while Fortunate Son is playing, and like
That's
you're,
great.
and like you're dropping in. Oh my! It is a surreal experience, but it is actually hilarious. But let's get into this winners finals, right?
That it is. We have Smub versus Aooosten, last week's champion versus the top 3 hard players in the region. And we all know that Nerf has that Smub bias because
Of
that's
course.
Philly.
Of course, I gotta rep VA, boy. Like, come on, you know what it is. And right now, we're getting that big side B. We're all gonna drag him down. I was in with the good reaction, so we're not gonna get caught by the cheese get go. I appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. Finally getting that. It feels like Smub is stealing so many stocks out of bracket. What just happened?
They traded places.
No, how did it, like Aooosten tossed out the down air, didn't
He
he?
threw out the down air, but it was in fact him that got caught by the down air.
What?
You know what? I don't even make the rules. This is just I don't know. I'm just describing what I saw.
No double jump, so you're dead in that situation. The Crash Bomber betraying Mega Man.
Yo, that's Smub, baby. What can you do? Like, this is the best at the DMV. Well, okay, alongside whatever.
we gotta get the what you call the bug con.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's got the winning record between the two?
Doesn't matter. Right now we've got right. Doesn't matter. Smub has the winning record against Aooosten. That
4-0.
4-0, and that's gonna be a chip or 2 on Aooosten's shoulder.
Problem is, can we actually convert off-stage Crash Bomber into the Metal Blade? I think that's going to cause a phenomenal opportunity, but look at Smub being aggressive yet again.
He had no resources, and he's able to air dodge because he threw him with the side B.
True.
He's not able to do anything until he gets that side B, and then he air dodges perfect.
And at 190%, Smub fearless in these positions. Does manage to mash out of it, but still matches the dash attack directly thereafter. Who even goes for that nonsense? Retreating away with the dash away into the dash attack? So aggressive by Smub.
Yeah, it really is. But sometimes he just goes forward smash. Sometimes he'll just like get the reset on that grab when they mash out, and then he'll get some crazy close range option. It might just be something like
Full third of it, how he shall try it, like how you shall die in those spots.
Yes, definitely. Oh, and we get the no tech zone up by the dash attack. All of a sudden, Smub setting up yet again here on ledge. Force the air dodge, but
why doesn't that work? I'm mad for Aooosten then.
So apparently Rob down air works, but Mega Man down air doesn't.
Who would have thought? Oh no, I think there's no double jump here, so we have to use the up B for the air dodge. Up B has to use the air dodge, and then that is easy. Smub hits those every day of the week.
Certainly does. Smub is ready with the air dodges and the punishes thereafter. Time and time again, he's gonna lock in and get it done.
It's just another day in the office. You look at Smub's eyes, no reaction right there, no pop-up, because he's been here before.
And this is a player that pops off frequently against like players that he perceives are better than.
Yeah, Smub is very emotional when he gets like the upset wins and stuff like that. Like his upset against MRW in town so hype.
Oh yeah,
100% was punished as soon as he hit that.
Oh yeah, sometimes before he hits the hit, he's like he knows it's gonna hit, knows it's gonna be the game-winning kill. Look at all this pressure that we're putting on Smub's shield from the jump. Aooosten trying to do a lot, and Smub taking the air to try to deal with something. See, like flashing the shield, he's scared.
Lands up the forward air, or the forward tilt, or the neutral air, or the other neutral air. Smub got a couple hitboxes before you. Finally does call out the full hop with that back air, but wait for that back crash bomber. So
apparently that goes right through Leaf Shield and doesn't matter what you have up around you. There's no auras that will save you from me. And that air dodge getting caught by the forward tilt angled down Smub with the 2-frame opportunities that you know and expect.
Now, real talk, I want to give props to Aooosten for in game 1 dodging like a dozen 2-frame attempts. But the problem is that Smub's going to get one eventually. He has to spend all of his resources to get back. Occasionally, you're going to make a mistake.
Okay, yeah, but we don't make a mistake there. We tech on the stage as we should. Low percent, it probably wouldn't have killed, but it does make a big difference here as Smub able to continue to put the pressure on and take control of the ledge as well. So we're going to be able to Plasma Breath our way through the Crash Bomber and get a little bit more pressure to boot. Force another air dodge back to ledge, and the American air dodge will not save.
I gave props to Aooosten for using those wily recovery options. The problem is you just have to be a little bit more jealously guarding your double. Smub is making you pay every time you send that off base.
With roll in, actually able to overtake, not worry about the Metal Blade whatsoever. Crash Bomber stuck on ledge, and that's just it. He F-tilts and triggers it.
I don't know if that was on purpose, but I choose to believe Smub is the smartest man.
That's crazy. Like, if that was intentional, Smub is legitimately
easily the smartest man.
If you triggered the Crash Bomber with F-tilt just outside the range where it would, like, not really launch Aooosten, but it knocks him straight down.
And then you get the buffered air dodge or the reset.
That's insane. That's insane.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was because this dude is intelligent.
Oh my god. Love going crazy. We're going to Small Battlefield game number 3. Man.
This is regular Battlefield.
You're right. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, top platform. Yeah, this is regular Battlefield.
Real talk, I'm surprised we're going here because really loves this stage. Up air is a terror to land. Oh, he can dares to land. Aooosten scared off the stage and then immediately takes a minute to like reset his mental. I need to consider my options right here. That is not how you want to go ahead. have do or die situations start off. And now Smub's starting to feel it.
Oh, yeah, because even if he whiffs or trades playing, he's still right there with the kill option. 32%. One stock.
Don't do it, Aooosten.
Just do it, yeah. No. So that's the. Okay. I will say, that used to be the old joke where it's like if you're down 2 stocks to 1 or 3 stocks to 0 against Smub, you just estimate. You just quit. You just leave because in theory it's not 3. You have the next game mental reset. Yep. You find your way back in. Game 3 though, that's rough. But I don't blame Aooosten because it's like, what do you do?
I think I've heard ZD and Dexter both say that I would rather suicide than try to make that comeback.
What do you do? ZD was right. Hashtag ZD was right.
Ironically, multiple times.
It's like, take your pick. Doesn't matter what about. Right.
Yeah, it is a difficult hill to climb for sure. No character is harder to make the comeback against than Smub Ridley.
Yeah.
Because it just becomes, all those advancing hitboxes become retreating hitboxes. And all it takes is one back throw to put you at edge. And what do you actually do with it?
And then all of a sudden you get clipped. Like, that's the thing. Smub will fish for clips.
100%.
He will fish for clips. And he will just like sit there and be like, look, I'm going to get my skewer and I'm going to throw it out 60 times. And if you get hit by them once, I'm considering that a win. And you can just take the L.
So here's the awkward spot, though. It looked as though we may have had Kimboyachi. If Kimboyachi and PG are playing, they are playing off stream or on stream? Okay, so Kimboyachi and PG have already started their set on stream. Now that we are waiting for. That is Pac-Man versus Sonic.
It's going to be a while.
So you're going to have to deal with listening to us two for like a solid, 30 minutes, 20 minutes?
Oh, it's 2-1?
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
So yeah, if that had just started, we were going to be like, yeah, let's go to break.
Okay, it was like 30 minutes. Just cut me off.
Yeah, that would have been a long set.
Oh my God, I can't fill that much, but hey, about 10 minutes.
On the other side, we can give them a bit of an update here. So K24 3-0 over Wowie, then ran into Esteban 3-0 over Esteban, aka Domo, but then Ripcord 3-0 over K24.
He's like back there. He's back there like pumping his fist like, yeah,
that was a hell of a run.
Yeah, you lost 3-0 to Luigi. What do you want, man? Oh, Eamcler, baby. That's my Eamcler.
All right, so Ripcord waiting in losers semifinals. Losers finals, Aooosten awaiting. So now we are waiting on Kimboyachi versus PG to finish up their set. Winner of that face off against Ripcord in losers semifinals.
I mean, I'm down with that as long as it's a little bit more far along than we kind of expected. That's cool. So I'm kind of surprised at one that Dr. Insano got knocked into losers, but we did say it was by. It was Mango
Time, who made a little bit of a run, but actually got knocked out by Kimboyachi, and then I believe it was
what happened?
Coinfish. Yeah, Coinfish went on a run, lost a game 5. No, big respect for Coinfish. What the hell?
Yeah, that's rough. So Coinfish beating Mango Time, Fool, losing to Fiji. That's tough because Pac-Man Wario is one of those matchups. Like, I feel like Wario is even enough. Like, they both have like crazy box duels in the air. And they love trading, doing crazy things. Have a little bit of like a win button. Get Bell, get Whop. But Pac-Man can't really camp out against Wario because.
Yeah, why don't we take a quick 2-minute break while we can just go ahead and get up and stretch our legs? But we're just waiting for that last one right there, so it will be very short. So stick with us, y'all. Maybe 2-3 minutes. Hopefully.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for waiting patiently. We are at last ready for our final part of this bracket as we enter into Ripcord Fiji. Fiji in a 3-1 took it over Kimboyachi in losers quarterfinals, and Kimboyachi now out 5th, meaning Fiji moves on to take on Ripcord.
I mean, you were giving me nonsense about that being a 2 to 3 minute break, but look at that. PG obliging, winning that one. Already was up 2-1 and just punching it out there for a game 4 victory. And in a matchup that I do feel like Pac-Man did very well.
Well, it's interesting. I wonder who took game 1 because if it was the same situation as the previous set for Kimboyachi, winning
Right,
game 1
right.
into losing 3 consecutive games must be difficult. But yeah, I will say as we okay, yeah, Ripcord trying to do a little bit of the mewing as as they were describing, but you didn't get to see it too much. Hey, you know what? That's okay. The kids are all right.
All right, so now already what?
Cool. Normally that doesn't really always work. I didn't think that Hydron was gonna hit.
Yeah, usually it just stays up, like stuck on the roof.
Right.
But tell it perfect angle.
But that's the moment where it's like you gotta recognize as a Pac-Man player, if you get that hit on like on the trade with like the charging fruit, you can actually parry off of that next hit.
Oh, really?
You
can do a
flash
shield
the
drop?
shield and then you get the parry.
A little bit of that character matchup knowledge right there for the commentator.
That's just how I play Pac-Man. That's it.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yes. It's the same thing. You know all the Pac-Man jank, I know all the K-roll.
Yes.
There's a lot of them.
There is a lot of it. But right now, we're unfortunately not getting any of the setup that he needs to get an early stock, but still going to be keeping going, keeping that momentum, trying to figure something out here. Trying to beat out Rob's options. I think we're mistiming the bell throws, and Ripcord's doing the right things that, like, in the same way that they were beating out other camping tools earlier, now they're beating out the Pac-Man camping tools as well.
Yeah, when we saw this in Winter's side, it basically felt as though PG was doing a really good job until Ripcord decided they didn't want to play video games. Like, it basically became back to this. Ripcord was able to steal the stock early, and then what ended up happening was that Rob was able to retreat, get some damage out of the camp game, and then it would take forever playing stock. Already at 147 here on Rob's end, super high. We're going to land with the down air instead of the air, and Ripcord was on to that habit of the flash shield lock-in for parry.
Right. We're going to bounce the shield off the shield, or bounce the key off the shield. Not going to be worried too much, but we throw on the melon and then bounce into a gyro. We got the crazy conversions
In
here
a
from
Just
Ripcord.
World, that would have killed. That was the sickest thing I've ever seen. The gyro bounced off the melon and very nearly set up a kill.
Ooh, but we get the right thing. Smash, not technically good enough, but not good enough. Land Bell right on platform. That's not the setup that you need here if you're right now. Forces the jump and the jump over the melon, but unable to really punish Ripcord in doing so.
Yeah, this is the big issue, is that if he is going to be hit hard to a camp game, then you have to actually, get a lead.
Yeah.
Because what we've seen is that Ripcord is more than happy on the
Top.
Yeah, to retreat, amp it up. 60%.
Right, but I mean, speaking of taking about 60% of the wins, I mean, it feels like that's Apple right now for Fiji. That Apple has been so consistent at taking those stocks at higher percent when they know that they just need something to work. It really is the desperation.
I really do like stealing that gyro. Like, just taking it, holding it, taking away that great combo duel from Rob. It makes this camp game significantly less. And that could very well be the answer right there. Just play around your special and steal Rob's duel away from you.
Oh, yep. Oh, but we missed the timing on the upper smash. You're just a little bit too low of percent. You're not frozen in space for so long that Ripcord just barely peeks out and escape from Fiji's Bell setup. But this time you will not escape, and that is actually going to take the kill. Not kind of surprising to me, but we take it anyway. Looking for the big side, but we don't get it. I appreciate the attempt.
Absolute team.
Appreciate the attempt. Great air dodge from Fiji.
So now try to go for hit grab, it looks like, but instead flanking with a little bit of a hitbox, he wins that trade. All of a sudden, has erased that entire deficit. The problem is going to be, can we see one of those early kills yet again, or will Ripcord live here to 150?
Ripcord doing the right things by not landing on the platform in tumble. So using them air dodging or going through the platform, going around the platform when they know that they're going to be set up for a tech situation if they land on the platform. So they try to get themselves out of tumble animation as soon as possible.
That fully charged laser and then the additional hit from the gyro was enough to disjoint that Hydra. What a costly error right there from
Uh-oh.
corner. That gyro did not quite cause the stock loss, though. But I thought it might have, but just run up, get the grab, parry, and go for the up. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Stock spot. Fiji's match have been really solid, but at 140, it's tough.
Right, and it's like even as solid as that was at 140, there's nothing too. You don't even need to up tilt up air. You just up smash and it catches. Just no. Well, I mean, that's tough. I mean, you were right. I mean, I think a lot of the offstage potential has been going really, really good for Ripcord. PG was getting some setup, but again, we just need to see that like the constant picked up ability of Pac-Man put on display. We gotta see all of the weird stuff. We've seen some kind of like niche setup, but right now, Ripcord is beating down the walls so well.
If we start off with gyro, what I like to do, instead of trying to incorporate I want to throw it. I want to put it in the air away from Pac-Man, make that gyro last as long as possible, and then I can charge my fruit and get my own.
Charge my flute and hit that jazz flute combo. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think I think it's actually, I think you're right, but I think that even better than throwing it up, it's like you just use B moves. Come on, it's Pac-Man here.
True,
just throw fruit until he dies. Like that's it. You throw orange until it sails, and then you throw apple and he kills.
Simply commit.
Like you never let him, you never drop gyro, and you have enough option, versatility in neutral B alone that you don't need anything else.
So far, though, even without full control of gyro, it does feel as though the camp game has started to favor as Ripcord has got nothing started.
He pushed back into the gyro by the water. It looks like the hydrant doing more harm than good here on the ledge.
Up there, trying to kill the spot. Player most likely no, just flat dead.
Yeah, at that point, I think I'd up smash the other way so that it ends up going towards center stage. Because it's like, obviously, Ripcord is looking to take stage control, be covering the wrong space.
Very, it looks like we're going to go for the uphill, but delayed mash that time. Very intelligent. If you keep your mash picked up, hey, Rob can't go for these 2-1-3. I can expect to get hit.
True. Just like we talked about.
Hello? That looked like bad DI. What do you think?
Bad DI.
Okay.
Anyway,
so they're like that. The angle is too high.
I didn't see kill sparks. I mean, I don't know if it really matters, but like either way, yeah, I find that like I don't even know what I was saying. It doesn't matter. BG's still trying to figure out how these like gyro robbing is going to be enough to deal with Ripcord, but so far Ripcord doesn't matter. It doesn't need gyro to actually kill.
Great DI out to Rob is saw basically DI out and then you can get correct with the aerials. And then talk about good DI in that spot. No DI is going to save you.
Right. Yeah, that was a crazy little combo into the up smash. Love the conversion. Oh, and now we've got something big here just at the right space where that's going to hit and kill.
Not that knock. That is one heck of a lead. Pac-Man can't stand that with knock right now.
Not 13 anymore, baby. That's what I'm saying. That's Rob damage potential we're seeing.
Triple down tilt is a hell of a drug in.
Certainly is. Gotta get some more of that. But hey, we got some galactic stuff. This is the pressure that I think I expect. He's kind of throwing it and then running away, letting it kind of do the work, hold down the neutral.
Just, I'm gonna keep jumping until you're at an angle of one of my teammates. Eventually, surely this one.
Okay, we're gonna go down throw and up. Yep, up smash at this point. Again, not a whole lot of rage to work with, does it?
I feel like even if you're out at that point, you're still gonna get hit by the gyro. So that might have been just the appropriate option. The gyro might have made that.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the point.
The reverse right there from the platform. Gyro shot. Solid damage. And then just immediately retreat. I find it so interesting that Ripcord is willing to just completely abandon an advantage state to try to set up another game.
I mean, to be honest, that as the privilege of Rob, like, you have the ability to find your way back into an advantage state some way, so it's like, yeah, sure.
I'll just fall into it.
I'll just happen. I don't know. I don't ask for this.
I don't know how I win. Sometimes my gyro hits them, interrupts what they're doing, and then all of a sudden I find myself 5 people.
I'm just better than you guys. I don't know. All right, but we've got a little bit of laser stuff. The bell, shield, and kind of peter out. There. EG charging fruit, looking for anything you could throw at the wall that would stick.
Oh, we got a little bit of a robble, but yeah, that is not true in that. Out. Oh, gyro is a magic.
Gyro is crazy. Gyro is like, yeah, I hit that and I hit that too, and I hit you too.
What is it like to have a fully active hitbox?
Don't forget it. Like, I'm always here.
Please don't hit him with the throw and die. That's all I'm asking.
Oh, don't jinx it. It's not a forward smash, but...
Oh, no, the buffered air dodge. Or was that out of...
I don't even know what that was. Yeah, I don't even know if that was buffered. I feel like that was trying to get back to ledge and die.
Yep, certainly an awkward position right there for Ripcord. Felt like if you made that one back, you had more than a good chance of winning that game. Rob had somebody skill option back. But Nerf, I think that we are on now 6 games and I don't know that Pac-Man has landed a single grab during any of those games.
That is a good point. And I'm not gonna lie. It's Rob. I get it. You can't grab what's in the air, like, a lot of the time. He's going to be in the air a lot of the time. So I get it. But you're right. We absolutely need to see a single grab.
Yeah, just like 1 or 2, just to remind him that you have that.
In like a last hit situation, if I haven't used it the entire set, that's when I'm going to use it. Please use it. Because you have to use it at least some. You have an amazing back throw, a killing back throw, and when you're like relying on killing with Apple.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the grab attempt. I mean, Rob was nowhere near there, but certainly just giving it a shot at the very least. He does get the neutral air into side B, but certainly not going to kill at that low percent. He's a drop or 2 to go ahead and carry that back farther off stage.
Yeah. All right.
Again?
Ooh,
oh,
I saw the setup.
Away.
Wanted for the side B. Obviously, need the setup for that. But hey, we might get a second chance here. Oh no, we're just going for the berry. Up air. Yep, up tilt up air, and that's going to do it here on Hollow Bastion. We talked about it. This is one of those low stealing stages that I feel like Ripcord is going to be able to steal earlier stock than usual.
True, though, at that percentage, I would have expected the Pac-Man to potentially survive with optimal DI. It's one of those where like that is on balance on a Rager's edge. Like you're not living that much more than 5 or 10 more percent. That was close to very good DI.
Okay, and he threw everything to be able to be transcendent enough, and just like that, the back hit of the rotor arm is going to be able to sweep and catch just a little bit of damage.
Go ahead and charge up one of these killing blows. Perhaps instead we got the Galaxian trying to go ahead and trade with the gyro. It does do so, but not too much damage out of there, and it just set up for ledge situation. That's the worst thing. When you're giving a full stage control, just get another 10 or so percentage. You got to reconsider your options. Gyro's back. Gyro, back air, up smash. There's so many tools that Rob has to cover ledge.
And it's tough when you jump as Pac-Man. That's kind of like an instinctual thing because he's got such good aerials. His ground moves are not good by comparison.
True.
It's like you have to be in the air a lot of the time, but when you get caught out jumping like that, you know, it's such a natural thing. It makes you rethink how you have to play in this game. There's a grab again, but we're still not getting in the right spot. I mean, I feel like there's moments where Rob is grounded, and I feel like those are the times when we need to be going for it. But PG, I think, is picking awkward time to go for it.
Yeah, a little optimistic. So now, underneath that platform, charging Brute has a decent enough camp game in this position for sure, but not able to make too much out of it with firing that Kiwi away in the opposite direction.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. It's like the melon throwing it the opposite way. I feel like throwing it up or jumping and throwing it down. Like it's a long-lasting move. It doesn't go very far, especially vertically. So it's like a huge, long-lasting tool. I feel like we just got to see more of it. We're trying to get some mix with the melon, but like, where's the fruition?
Fruition. I see where we're going there. A little emphasis there, and you immediately turn to me and point. Okay.
Come on.
I got to give it up. I got to give it up.
All right. Hey, what is this? All right.
All right. So now trying to go ahead and go as high as possible is this Rob. Just trying to go ahead and apply enough safe distance between Pac-Man. Because Pac-Man's mobility, perhaps the one weakness of this character, not necessarily the fact.
Yeah, he doesn't have the best airspeed, but not necessarily necessary.
Yeah, the grounded tools are like, this is not a character that's going to be chasing you down. But the grounded tools are like decent enough.
Like F tilt is decent enough. I mean, it ledge. Down tilt can actually be a nice mix-up, but we're not seeing any of it from Fiji. I feel like Fiji often goes for like the same 5 moves. It's like he's not using the full breadth of Pac-Man's kit, which I think is super important for his versatility.
Yeah, you got to use the suboptimal moves, even the ones that aren't like phenomenal.
Maybe not up tilt.
Yeah, maybe not up tilt. That's awful. But
Yeah,
Barry up smash certainly going to do it, even with a few decent options at ledge. He had that platform directly underneath. Even if he got clipped down, he was coming back, but not quite at the spot dodge ready to beat out that.
That's really, really tough because one of those grabs at least can be beaten by spot dodge. You gotta use it. You gotta use it when you have the opportunity. Pac-Man can get some spot dodge canceling with like F tilt and things like that. Like those are really good options. BG is just not using those. Maybe it's not necessarily just using the mechanic. You need the what situation. You need to space or give yourself some like avoidance for a very crucial move. And for Rob, it feels like a lot of his moves are very.
No, I will say that he can certainly survive with less options. Like, Rob's one of those characters where neutral air down tilt and then, like, gyro laser are so good that even though we're seeing, like, a slightly abridged version of Rob's moveset, it's not really hurting Ripcord.
Right, that's true. Okay.
Interesting dichotomy.
Yeah, like, that's the difference between a low skill ceiling character and a high skill, or no, I'm sorry, low skill floor character and a high skill.
True. I was going to say low skill ceiling is like, Rob could do some shenanigans right there.
No, they both have
Z-drop combos.
They both have like a very, very high skill, but like it's the floor that's the problem.
Exactly. Head on.
All right, but
that's why this is like the mid tier, like the 2-2ers main.
Right, but now it looks like we're just going all floor with Final Destination.
Interesting option to think about.
So Pac-Man, I think, can do a lot here. I mean, you don't need a lot of like platform conversion for Pac-Man. That's just not really his game. So it's like you can rob another character of platforms, which is super important. But Pac-Man, as long as you set up Hydrant, it doesn't really matter what.
Did Pac-Man tripping just cause him to survive that setup right there? It felt like Ripcord had the right option.
Yeah.
Pac-Man tripped.
We
talked about that in the winner's side. He has that longer trip animation, and because of that, Ripcord's back air no longer covered all of the options.
Correct.
That is very unfortunate for Ripcord.
But, I mean, we've seen this song and dance before. At this point, just and waits till he lands. Wants to hang on to that bell because if you hit him again while he's in the midair, he just sends it, just launches. And it's not a very big launch, but it doesn't actually get the freeze because it's another paralyze.
Yeah, it's got that like 1 second delay, same grab, right?
Well, yeah, it's like you can only paralyze someone once before they land. And then once they land, you can paralyze them again, but it's just a quick like freeze and knockback. Oh, roll for roll, and looks like trying to overtake Ripcord. Gets beyond gyro, but has to shield out. Not a whole lot of fruit charge, but just enough to get. Now we get around the gyro. They're out of shield while grabbing the gyro, and we've got some pressure tools here on the stage. Look at that.
Kill him for it. Yes. Yep. That is a greedy option right there for Ripcord. I respect it because you're thinking that Peach is going to toss a fruit or something at you, and that would have won, but...
Uh-oh. I die here. I mean, as good as the mash has been, Peach feels like there's no escape.
We were even for just a split second, but Ripcord again there with these aggressive little pseudo combos. Always only 1 or 2 hits from Ripcord, and then he just reads the option that tossed out.
This is the kind of difficulty of playing this matchup. Is Pac-Man can have a very fast forward air, but so does Rob. As long as Rob is not using one of those delayed aerial options, Pac-Man can outbox. But if Rob starts throwing out those frame good options, I mean, you never know what can happen. Trades could be very prevalent.
Hopping off stage is a bit of a risky option, precisely because of that Hydra. Yeah. That is so good for PG. Just covering a low recovery attempt.
Yeah.
There, but with Hydra out, you can't land safely with the Hydra anymore. But now, awkward spot. Gyro very nearly setting up that laser to kill, but good
yeah, it's like you throw out 2 down airs, and then you kind of set yourself up at the wrong time to go for the third where it counts. And PG manages to squeak by with another good time up B. A bell in hand. Does get the setup, but that was smart for Ripcord to just go take to the skies. Doesn't want to have any part of that water bell combo.
And walks forward again and just gets grabbed. Like, that is... You've seen that so many times. It does not react to Ripcord just walking. And it really is a 50-50 because you have to worry about the down tilt or the grab.
Oh! And you might have just gone for up smash there and gotten the kill, but fortunately we have to go a little bit longer. Looking for something else. There was the up smash, but now we get the key. So forward air into key, a very, very good kill confirmed for Pac-Man that we haven't seen from Fiji.
Does that actually confirm at that percent?
Not at that percent, but I mean,
Got it.
you know, it's Rob.
It might as well.
It's Rob.
Big body. He is too big.
You know, you can. It's not a true, but it is something that is a confirm. Like people confirm it.
Gotcha.
He confirmed it.
Gotcha. All right, back here, not going to connect from Rob, trying for neutral air instead. So the errant gyro shot, though, giving Fiji the opportunity to plus again. The neutral air just bursting Rob out of disadvantage time and time again. That's meant to get out of jail free card, and Fiji has not had an answer.
Oh, looking for the reflector on the gyro that we were talking about earlier, but it's not even fast enough on startup to block that orange. So we air dodge through, and that forced air dodge doesn't lead to anything from Ripcord. Fiji might be close to taking this to a game 5 if given the opportunity. But look at all the gyro combos, and Ripcord not going to be sitting down for this one.
Oh, God, the hydrant disjointed with the down tilt, and that is enough to give Ripcord 3-1. Like you said, Fiji was fighting for their life, but unfortunately, quite enough gas left to Rob.
And you committed to the key throw, and you were in such long end lag from that throw that the hydrant came down on your head. Ripcord did the exact thing they should be doing against Pac-Man, using their own resources.
Yeah, it's always a big problem. It just feels like Rob has just as many tools as Pac-Man does to disjoint that hydrant and make use of it. Between laser, gyro, down tilt, those are relatively safe, non-committal moves. And because you can just kind of toss them out, it's like, what you do in response to your Pac-Man.
As long as you do like 14 or so % damage, like knock back that hydrant, 1 or 2 hits from Rob, that usually does it. We'll usually do it.
So we're going to have Ripcord advancing to face Aooosten here in the losers semi. Excuse me.
Losers finals.
Final.
Yeah.
Winner faces Smub.
Yeah, so Smub sitting pretty winner's grand, so not going to be too worried about anything. He did make it a clean 3-0 over Aooosten in winners finals, but both Aooosten and Ripcord are looking for that chance to steal the throne out from under the best Ridley in the PBA.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with how you have played. It feels as though, to be honest, that Aooosten is a standard here. Ripcord has been kind of like on the come up more recently. Looks like Aooosten actually doesn't really have a win record here. 1-2 with Ripcord on the advantage.
So I think that is, I chalk that up to Rob having a really good anti-projectile game. Like we've seen it in the last set against Fiji, and we'll probably see it again here, where Rob has projectiles, but he's very good at dealing with projectiles from other characters.
I can certainly see that with the Transcendent Laser. You can just kind of ignore any projectiles that are currently out, and then you have the gyro to act as a wall. That is not only an active hitbox, but an active hurt hawk. So how do you jump over that? You have to full hawk.
It's like a mine. It's like something that, like, it's not just a projectile, like you said. It's just something that sits there on the stage, and even if you're trying to do something, it can block whatever you're doing. The lemons could be an issue, and right now I was getting caught by all of this stuff, looking for an early down air in neutral, or at least out of disadvantage. As he's looking to land.
Still not going to do much up there instead. How do you get down? I feel like it's going to be a big problem. Basically, you have heavy knuckle and then air dodge.
Yeah,
that's like the only two options if Rob is sharking you with those up there.
For sure. Right now, it looks like a projectile war, but Gyro beats Crash Bomber. That's another.
Hey, we've learned.
That's another win for Rob. Chalk it up.
Are you surprised that Gyro beat them?
No, I'm not. I shouldn't be, or none of us should be. But one thing I will say is that Metal Blade placement could be very key here for Aooosten. He's able to set it up on the ledge properly. Could keep Ripcord from getting that easy recovery that we know Rob is so used to being able to take. Hard knuckle neutral again, looking for it, but it hits the platform. I don't think it poked through, so it's not going to be a major issue as long as Ripcord hides under that platform.
I was trying to go ahead and apply pressure with these weapons, but it's not working out. These neutral airs as well as like the walking projectiles. So far, this Rob has been unperturbed by either of those pressure. But look at that, the assist right there from your own robotic operating buddy coming out to fight Rob.
Very true. And getting the roll in with the Leaf Shield. That's a little bit of damage, and now we get the juggles with the up air. Feels like Aooosten is ready for any combo, whether it be horizontal or vertical. And, yeah, there's the reflector on the lemon. Aooosten was looking to just go for a little bit of more of like jab damage at mid-distance. Ripcord not only reflects the projectile, but also takes the stock.
And you have to be very, very careful in those positions because, yeah, Mega Man's projectiles are usually too quick for that, but that forward smash is a little bit telegraphed. And if you get to read this, Rob, well, sometimes you can react to it all starts to travel if you just jump ahead too.
True, and right now we're getting more nair damage. It's a little bit too close, and the up smash is going to be your fate, but it's not going to kill. Just 50 damage here. No tech situation. It means Ripcord is able to kind of play the guessing game.
Dash grab, too. I feel like that is like the signature move of Ripcord every set that I've seen him play. He gets like 2 or 3 of these.
But even with that down throw, the mash out from Aooosten was great, but the control and the taking of the stock was even greater. And so far, Aooosten continues a lead against Ripcord, still before kill percent himself.
A little metal blade behind the back there, still have the back there available. I always dig that option, but the up air is going to go ahead and catch him and force him to an awkward spot. And yeah, using that up E and the double jump, a little bit greedy from Aooosten. If I am, and I want to get my penalty count, I want to field available. Because good God, we all know what Rob back air can do when you're pitching.
But that's the thing, you try to go up and around Rob, like over him. But you don't expect Rob to come up to meet you in the air.
True,
and you should, because Rob loves doing that. And then at this point, Aooosten has got to be ready for these kinds of options. Ripcord, basically beating out the Metal Blade with the Nair, beating out all of the Lemons with all of these other projectile options. Ripcord slowly inching towards Aooosten while he's throwing everything in the kitchen sink at him.
Throwing things at this Rob. My God, projectile locked in field. That field looking a little bit low here.
With the poke, too.
I also have to worry about a break if we have something like uphill, but no need. Instead, catching what looked like a get-up attack with that forward smash. Aooosten, after kind of a little bit of a rough start to the match, locked in.
Which is crazy, because it's like in that moment, only Mega Man can really beat out Rob's get-up attack, outspaced, because it's a projectile.
It is.
And Aooosten can stand well inside the roll distance, because he knows that there's no way that you get out of this, because it's got the range to cover every single thing.
And the big benefit is if you charge it just a little bit, so that the projectile grows larger, it can cover even more.
Yep.
You can actually cover, like, jump
Ledge,
as well as...
ledge hang.
Ledge hang, too.
Yeah.
Exactly what I was going to say there. Read in my mind, the Patico as always.
True. But let's see if I can read your mind. You're thinking Town and City. This is an interesting place for a Rob to go to. I wonder what he wants.
I think it might have something to do with his heat drop.
Certainly.
Now,
we haven't seen them. We haven't gotten to see that yet.
Oh, you know what I really want to see? I want to see Ripcord get a Z-drop with Metal Blade.
Oh,
That'd
be pretty sick.
by your own petard, perhaps.
Would love to see it. I mean, we've seen Aooosten kind of do the same to Ripcord with the gyro. I feel like it's only right.
Do unto others as they have done unto you. That's how that works, right?
Exactly. Make sure to get your revenge. That's what the golden rule's about.
That's how I read it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, but we're going to hold on to that ledge as long as we can while the invulnerability protects us with the Crash Bomber. Looking for a reset here with the back air, but a little bit too late. And Aooosten finds the up tilt. How crazy can you get?
How did he die from that nonsense? Like, that was so much shield pressure, and then it finally chipped the up tilt, and then it killed him on Town and City.
Look, I don't know.
That percent.
I don't know. Look at all this damage. An early rotor arm. 27%. You just throw it out. Exactly. Apparently, that's the mix up you need.
The old Mad Mix.
Oh, speaking of
do it.
Mad Mix, there it is again. We get it this time to the right direction. Send him off to the side. Take
then immediately retreat to the other side of the stage. Wait, is my laser back up? All right, we got it. Send it.
Hey, yeah, here we go. Throwing that Metal Blade. At least Ripcord is starting to pick it up on right now.
To walk forward with these forward airs here, but finally unsafe 1-1 shield punished by Rob. Not getting too much out of it. Thanks to a very good hard knuckle right there.
True, and the Lemon's starting to beat out the roll-ins as well. Ripcord has got to be careful about how he protects in place, and like the rolls as well, because right now Aooosten is catching all of these like the ending of the iframes with the Lemon. It's something you can just kind of throw out past. Oh God! Wait!
I really desperately wanted to see that end in a stock for Aooosten. I feel like you just go ahead. Oh, this tech into down air. I'm a genius.
I feel like that was a lot of damage too. Like that was definitely not great for Aooosten. Just look at this; it's even now.
And part of this is just the raw projectile counterplay, as it feels as though Ripcord has been dealing a little bit more damage than Aooosten is. We've already talked about how low damage a lot of Mega Man's projectiles are. Well, Gyro doesn't have that problem.
Oh god, okay, and you missed the tech, but I was wondering that on that platform situation, I was thinking that's where we need the dash grab.
True, yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that we need, like a back throw into forward air right in the blast zone, stuff like that could be really important. That into a side view, we all know Ripcord's thinking about it, but right now, Aooosten's not giving him a chance to think at all. He's just forcing these options, he's forcing all this damage, and 64% on Rob right now is looking pretty dicey.
Calls out the get up attack again with the jump. Great recognition. Not getting put out of his trying to reset the situation, but Crash not actually allowing for a follow-up right there. And then that super deep back. That's kind of the Aooosten special.
Yeah.
I see him get that so frequently. No other Mega Man is willing to pull the trigger in that spot as consistently as Aooosten.
I don't know if he gets that movement by a wave bounce or something like that, but he manages to find himself in those positions really quickly and easily.
True enough.
And frequently. It feels like Aooosten is always ready to go for the deep edge guard, which I really appreciate because it's like, one, it's Mega Man. You have the freedom to get back no matter how deep you go. I get that. But that's the kind of hype plays that we need.
It's pushing your character to the max. It's what it really is. It's recognizing that not only do I have the confidence to make it back after this, I understand exactly when I know I can fully extend all of my resources. Because in that spot, it's like, yeah, you can take it back, but you just get to double.
Yeah.
So if they hit you whatsoever, you're probably dead. No fear from Aooosten.
Sure, we love a good grip on a risk-reward scenario, but either way, we're going to have to look for something here on Kalos, of all places. I think we did see this in an earlier set. It didn't really work super well for Aooosten. He was not poking through the platforms with hard knuckle, and I think that removes the ability for him to actually get something here on the edge. And I think that's why Ripcord is going here, because he knows he can do something here. Unfortunately,
he's going to show me that first.
10% later, it feels like Aooosten not really caring about any of that. He's like, I'm going to take the stock, and I'm going to keep going.
Aooosten just kind of cooks. It feels like this is a player where once he gets momentum, it becomes so much harder to deal with his pressure. Like, he just goes faster, his reads are a little bit crisper, he's more aggressive. It's like, look at this. You are running circles around Rob, and Rob so far has not had the ability to get so much full hop in air pressure.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. If you look at Mega Man...
Uh-oh. Well, look at him go.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say he kind of looks like Speed Racer, but right now he's careening off the road into
ain't no guardrails there, Mega Man.
Yeah, into an early ditch. But that's going to make it harder for him to continue this presence in this head. But as far as
just can't let it chip away
your
your mental.
Yeah, a little bit of damage. Yeah, exactly. You just gotta find your center. Oh, dead.
He's found his center. He's found Rob at the center of the blast zone right there off of that.
Yeah, definitely. Right off the stage. Held out, too. No tech potential.
Oh, no. A little bit of Zaire pressure, and then into the landing down air.
The down air is crazy, and I think I've seen that before from Aooosten, but every time it freaking surprises me.
Just the landing, short hop down air. I just know what's happening.
Oh, and the push, too. I was wondering if we were going to see a potential grab lock, but no, not yet. The damage.
Go ahead and set up full ledge control too. Trying to apply these up airs too, which is real talk might be the most annoying move in this character's kit. Every time I die because I double jump into an up air, I just hate myself.
Oh, I know.
The self-loathing.
Yeah, it's that's crazy. I should not get swept up that far and 100%. That's crazy. Okay, but still staying alive. There on on ledge. Was right there, and yeah, that's a little optimistic. Just kind of grinding the shield a little bit with Leaf Shield. Not sure about that one.
Did he hit the ground? Okay, did he have I was very worried that I was going to have air dodge back. That crash bump.
Oh, silly scabs. You should know Mega Man always has resources.
Was that trying to make that down air safe?
You know what? Whatever works. Did it work?
At 205, I am worried for Ripcord tournament run here. We got to go ahead and make this Mega Man leave expeditious.
Yeah, I mean, he had such a good lead at the beginning of the game, and Aooosten has completely dismantled that lead, living to incredibly high percents, and
game.
There it is.
What did I say about
What
that?
did we
up there?
say? Jumping, double jumping into the up air. And yeah, Ripcord falls for the classic blunder.
Fear and loathing turned in Virginia.
Sure.
That was a difficult way to end the set right there. Absolutely terrified of the forward air, so instead DI and get hit and killed by the up.
But end it does, one way or another. Feels like Aooosten finds his way to a
Rematch.
grand finals yet again.
And I talked it up a little bit. I mean, this is Aoosten's chance to go back-to-back, perhaps for the first time at Hashtag Arena. But, I mean, Smub kind of made this one look a little bit difficult in their win.
That is true. I mean, so the record was, it was like what, 3-0?
4-0.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so.
Like, 4-0 in sets and 3-0 in that game.
Yeah. So yes, I know what you meant. Yes, I know what you meant. So it was 5-0, obviously 5-0 in sets, but in the game count it was 3-0. But I think that last game was
Kind of a mulligan.
It was. He kind of gave up at the end. He SD'd the last stock.
He SD'd the first stock. The second stock was kind of an SD, and the third stock was like, I don't want to be here no more.
Yeah, he quit. It is what it is. But hopefully he's able to set himself up for success early in this set and game. Because, again, we talked about it earlier. If you let Smub get a lead, he's going to start going for the most ridiculous thing that you've ever seen a highly PR ranked player do.
Highly PR ranked team like Smub has shown us why he earned the spot. Now it's Aooosten's turn to say, please don't. I had to stop every little
I know,
every bit of hype goes out the window when Smub grabs the off stage.
But guess what? It's not over yet, Scabs. I hate to say it, but it's not over yet. And you might die regardless. It might take a while, but you will probably die regardless.
Death by 1,000
all
nairs.
this damage. He does not get the air dodge, and that is a crucial misstep from Smub. And the up, what? The up smash gets beaten out by the get up attack. I've never seen that before in my life.
How big is that hitbox on the get up attack? That is insane. Smub probably messed up the timing ever so slightly, but still, I mean, you don't expect to have to worry about that.
Okay, but throwing the Metal Blade actually sets himself up for the wrong position. Smub looking for the side B, but gets caught by the forward smash trade. Oh no, look, wait, the cancel on the Leaf Shield actually might have done him more harm than good.
But, I mean, Aooosten's hanging in here right now. The neutral game has been immaculate so far, and Smub has really been struggling to get his air set.
Oh, but this spot dodge in the F tilt, that still gets you out of harm's way for a short time. But we're not. Oh, we do kill! I don't know how he did. He
killed a minute and a half after he got hit.
That's crazy.
Like, Dog had enough time to, like, look down at his controller, blame it for the bad DI, and then still see him.
I saw the magnifying glass. I saw the map. He moved back left. There was no way he was close enough to die. But
either tossed out a back air or a side B and it, like, wave bounced.
Yeah, might have done.
Regardless, an unforced error for Smub first stock, but then he immediately comes off the Angel platform and makes Aooosten pay.
Well,
so no harm, no foul so far, but his lead starting to tick up here, but Smub gets one grab and he very well finds himself staring down the barrel of an edge trap.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it's not no harm for long. Like, I mean, I feel like we're going to get something here. And up smash to catch that landing fair. Very unsafe on shield, so we are going to put that appropriately. Aooosten gets a quick tech, but you can see him bounce off the platform with a plum. Smub not going to get caught in those situations as easily as he sets up for his opponent. I don't know. Not going to answer that. Going to move on. Still, forward tilt. Going to be able to pressure out Aooosten just a little bit more, and the anti-airs are going Smub's way.
The forward tilt is you're actually beating out the Metal Blade.
Yep.
Like, that is so frustrating if I am Aooosten.
Transcendent. I'll show you Transcendent.
Blast him, though.
Jeez.
Just every now and then you got to pull out the gat and say, I think you're going to run forward. Every now and then you can also pull out that foot and say, I think you're going to try to land on top.
Yeah. No platform necessary. I'm going to find you in that middle of the stage where you think there's a freedom to go back to the center stage.
I thought you were safe, you fool.
Sir. No, sir. Well, the
shield,
pressure,
yes,
though.
sir.
Okay, I like that. So we are going to poke through a little bit, it looks like. There it is again.
This is great pressure for Aooosten. All of a sudden, Smub has to be terrified of the spot, but does manage to burst out of the corner for a few connect, but unable to continue with that platform pressure. So instead, he just got a forward tilt through yet another projectile effect. you have a double jump?
We
Thank
do.
God.
That was still have the ability to get back yet again.
No double here.
That's the problem, and we get the air
How
dodge.
could this
Yes,
happen
sir!
to me? The second he uses his double, he's dead. Every single, like that was the entire winner side bet. It was just Aooosten played great neutral. He played great off stage, used a double jump, and then died.
And it's crazy because in the first part of that game, we saw an extremely long edge guard in which Smub robbed Aooosten of so many resources, but not the jump. And the jump is what got him out. And all of that damage that Smub had given him was like, okay, cool, we just reset, it's all good. And it was fine. But if you lose that jump, then that is, it seems like, the linchpin of this whole recovery.
I mean, I think you said it correctly, Dirk. There's very little more analysis that I can add other than just saying, damn, I'm good at getting that.
He certainly is. We've played this matchup enough times, and he's 4-0, 5-0.
For a reason.
5-0.
So now, though, I mean, I do want to say, like, despite the fact that Smub walked away with that one, it looked like Aooosten has definitely kicked into high gear. Like, look at the pressure here. Smub is really struggling to make it back, and already at 134%, yet again, Aooosten showing dominance in the neutral.
This is a great start in Game 2, even better than Game 1 was for Aooosten. We're seeing an incredible edgeguard, incredible neutral play, and yet we're not getting the kill yet.
That's always the problem. Like, you could go ahead and try Death by 1,000 cuts if you want, but eventually one of these cuts has to do it, and Lemon certainly will not.
Okay, but at that range, the Metal Blade creating just enough lag in the hit stun, while it flanks with the F-tilt to give Aooosten the open.
Oh, stubby,
No,
stubby.
sir! That grab range don't work!
Yeah, that is not Short Kings Rise Up. That is Short Kings Go Home.
For Kings, absolutely go home. You are not welcome to the club. Okay, and then grabs him right out of the air.
Deep shield doesn't force Smub into shield, but actually finally does grab that ceiling tech in that position. That is exactly what you want to see right there. And to go ahead and make more punishes off that leap shield. Again, not working out.
Okay, the
please.
nairs have been pretty solid from Smub. We're seeing a little bit of leash shield give Aooosten the pressure he needs to get past him, though. And I feel like that has been a good way to kind of like just get Smub in a little bit of hit stun, just enough where he has to get out of the way.
So who is going to get tilted by Ridley's ledge hang first? It does look like Aooosten immediately faded in, and Smub's like, oh wait, I'm flanking, I'm safe. I'm in my zone, I'm in my element.
How a lot of characters can punish Ridley ledge hang is surprisingly good. Oh, but no tech means we get a little bit of an up tilt, not too much damage, but it does set us up with this big edge guard potential.
A big edge guard, not so much so far. Instead, a big neutral layer or two to deal a bit of damage to Aooosten, but maintaining that lead right here is Megman. Applying solid pressure here, full stage control. We're just going to get the read here at edge, but no roll on, so the up air doesn't work instead. Another opportunity on the other side of the stage.
Mega Man has been using this Metal Blade so well to create that vulnerability where Smub is flanking with it. You can see Smub just using either a forward tilt or the multi-hit forward air, and Aooosten is so good with the follow-ups, especially with that range. He's setting up for that, with that extra vulnerability.
So, I mean, really, this is very similar, if not even more overwhelming than the last game.
Yes, sir!
And now he's able to get one down air, but not the second. The Smub. Another opportunity here.
What was it? 70, less than 70% too. That's crazy that you're able to almost eke out a quick win. But look at this, jumps taken. Smub able to quickly up B back to ledge and get himself a forward air off of ledge to do more work. Reset neutral.
I'm worried. I'm very worried right now that Smub's going to get the opportunity to do something foolish.
Oh no, I'm never worried about that. I'm worried for Smub. This is why.
No, that's not going to kill. Not 100% right there. Uncharged. Even at 135 with solid rage. And skill power a little bit reliant to get those charges. That's a regrab, isn't it?
No. It was, yeah.
The third one, that'll do.
Yeah. Eventually, Smub is going to get worn down by the constant full presence edge guards from the forward smash well through distance. We talked about it. Roll distance is covered. Get up attack is covered. Neutral get up is covered. Sometimes jump from ledge is also covered. What can you do?
Speaking of coverage right there, I feel like Aooosten covered his weaknesses very well in that game. We did not see any offstage shenanigans going Smub's way. instead what we saw was that Aooosten, not only did he just like win neutral, he dominated. That is the first game that Smub has dropped all even. This man has looked unbeatable, and Smub saying, hey, King believes.
Yeah, I mean, Aooosten seems to have been able to take a chip in the armor off of Smub. Means we're taking it to Final Destination. This is the Smub pick. So with no platforms, we often are we know Smub very often for his platform coverages, for his platform setups, for no tech, all that kind of stuff. Really important. And just like that, how did we have?
I don't understand
he
why
trades.
that happens.
It's the grab. It's the grab he gets traded with, and I don't know. I feel like Mega Man just gets hit with his own downer. I don't know. I'm serious.
This is definitely an odd interaction.
What? Look at that percent differential. This percent up is going to be able to solidly take Mega Man all the way to the other side of the stage. But we need to take the stock. Well, grab the Metal Blade. We take that. Can we take the more resources?
I mean, that might have been the first time that Aooosten used to double jump off stage and dive. Instead, they do stare at each other for a little bit until Smub pulls out the command grab.
Yep.
Neutral air beating out the aerials.
Oh, that's crazy that worked.
Smub charged that Smashtag for an hour and a half, and it actually had the timing appropriate. That is insane.
I don't know. That's insane. Like, being able to catch that air dodge, and it looked like close enough to a 2-frame that I'm astounded.
Double jump. Please. Smub.
Oh, he missed the
went
timing.
Back air instead of the a little bit greedy right there.
Well, he went for an extra jump. I think like the jump, if he had just jumped him back, he would have got it. But he jumped again. Like, he was an empty jump first. All right, jump from ledge, lemons. That's just been the Aooosten special. Getting from ledge has been super easy for him against Smub. But when Smub's not setting up something, or at least has been kind of like quick to set up an edge guard.
Too bad Smub is always setting up. At this point, though, that lead that Aooosten had is gone. That momentum that he had also feels kind of. This is not nearly as fast-paced game plan that we.
Well, I chalk it up to FD. You know, it's like the polarizing gameplay that this kind of forces out matchup. And we're seeing a little bit of trade, like, okay, yeah, we're taking damage here with some else. That's going to do it, though. The fair catch on the get-up.
That pressure is kind of wild, too. Like, either you're going to get a safe Metal Blade dropped onto your shield, which can set up a built down air, or even a grab sometimes, or he's going to go ahead and drop it and toss out an aerial, which just kills you with that flash shield. I don't know. I got hit with that. Oh, no.
Oh,
I got hit with that one, too.
God! And no way. That's the Iota right there.
Oh, my God, the call-outs.
I kid you not. That is the Iota.
Just wait until your opponent tries to do a single aggressive move and blast him.
Like, not only does that too, but it is cool as hell.
Cool guys don't look at explosions? No, cool guys cause explosions.
Like face the explosion and watch it happen.
And you can see Smub wants to watch the world burn.
Yes, he definitely does. But we're taking it to PS2, be a longer stage. Hopefully that will give the projectile character the space necessary to keep this dragon at bay.
Now that I think about it, this is kind of miserable. This is probably the best big stage for Mega Man, because do you really want to take Ridley to TNT?
No.
Exactly.
Certainly not.
The horror in your voice right there.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, so this is like the best big stage for the projectile game.
All right, but at least we know Smub is going to be going for an aggressive get up off of ledge. The jump into aggressive options has been very frequent for Smub. And Aooosten catching some of them, but not enough. Because as soon as Smub plants his feet on ledge and takes control, we're in the driver's seat, and I'm driving you off the cliff, and I'm jumping off.
Exactly. It's like Bonnie and Clyde, but Bonnie changed her mind at the last moment.
Like, you know what? I think I'm not. I think
Exactly.
I think I'm actually going to pass on this. Good luck, though.
Head on, dead on.
Oh, wow. Look at that lead in the down tilt to the forward air. Oh!
Just stop it, Smub.
No, don't stop. Keep going, bro.
The message has been sent.
Keep going, man. I don't need to see anything else.
So Aooosten does manage to claim that stock finally, now relieving a little bit of this pressure, but we got to see some crazy combos. Like, we know Aooosten's got it in him.
Ooh.
And none of that in the earlier match. But
Triggering the Crash Bomber again with the F-tilt on ledge. It feels purposeful now at this point. And we're going to force that high up B with the Plasma Breath just enough where you're like throwing out 3 blasts and then getting yourself ready for the F-tilt that's coming.
Yep, not at all. That was a good recognition of exactly what resources to spend and pulled the trigger a little bit early on the track.
Okay. We're still getting a good edge guard, some good damage. The grab now ruins the plans that Aooosten was trying to foment.
Now it is just have your daily dose of lemons right there. This is plenty of projectile pressure. Smub falls out of the back air, and it just worked out so well for Aooosten. I had to figure that might have been somewhat.
Was that the air dodge force that he was looking for? But I mean, either way, it was a great read or reaction, whatever it was. It
Just
felt
great.
like, yeah, it was great. Okay, air works there, cool.
Still into neutral air. I'd be so killed, to be honest. And he's definitely going for that crash bomber.
Whew, okay, yeah, for sure. I mean, we get the dash grab, a lot of pummels here, good damage, beats out the crash bomber, and
Nope, you're
now
dead.
we catch the air dodge with the forward tilt, a back air, and that's it!
100% you're dead. All the options were gone, and you called it perfectly there. It's about forcing your opponent to exhaust their resources off stage. Nobody does better than that.
Smub is the master at taking away your options and giving you a select few, one or two, and it's like, if it's a 50-50, good luck. If it's a 100-0, skill issue, bro.
Exactly.
Skill issue.
Exactly.
It
A
is
little
what
bit
it
of a
is.
vulnerable up B on Mega Man, and no amount of tricks were enough to knock Smub off of his perch. Number 1 MPVA question mark.
I mean, MDVA or DMV, not so much.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly.
In DMV, not so much.
He's the last number
Yeah,
1
no.
in MDVA.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, he was number 1 in MDVA, and then Oolong took over, and it was like, yeah, it's DMV, okay. That's fine.
Exactly.
That's fine, different region.
But I think that's going to be just about it for us, Nerf. So thank you so much for sticking with us. If you have been enjoying it, definitely go ahead and hit up #Arena right here on Twitch. Make sure that you are followed so that you know when they go live next. In addition, if you haven't been here before, definitely stop on by. They're the Mid-Atlantic's first gaming community event center, 8,000 square feet of space, an area built by gamers, for gamers, and the vibes are always phenomenal. Only part of it because of the few folks they got on.
That's true. That's true. We try to do our best to entertain and amaze, and we hope that you were both entertained and amazed tonight. But if there's anything else that you need, you can always come into #GamingArena at any time, not just Monday, but any other day of the week to have your board games, your card games, or your video games fixed. And I'm very happy that we get to cast again tonight. It's always a pleasure, Scabs.
Always,
Can I say?
always, Nerf. Never will turn down an opportunity. But yeah, that's going to be it for us, y'all. So if you did enjoy it, let us know. And otherwise,
If you like what we do and you'd like to support us, please check out our store at hashtagarena.com. As always, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. It really helps out. And thank you for watching.